Hello,
Hello.
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 I need to pop
Okay.
out chat because I didn't do that.
Let's see who's here. I see it's Teresa and Ashley.
Teresa,
Hello.
I'm slacking today. What's wrong with me?
I don't know. I can't get my
Hey,
phone.
Ashley.
Hi,
I am
Ashley.
slacking.
My phone no longer recognizes my chopped up finger. As
It
the
doesn't
finger,
notice what? Oh, you chopped
my
up
finger
finger,
is
you
so
said?
chopped. It's like so full of like, I don't know, probably extra liney skin that every
Uh-huh.
time I put it down, it says, I don't know who you are.
That's
So
fun.
I don't mind it going right to the, like, I know my number. That's the one thing I do now. So I wouldn't mind it actually turning on. I'm trying to turn us on here. I was following, sort of. I watched a beginning watercolor thing today, and I
The
tried to
what?
do a watercolor seminar
Oh, okay.
tutorial.
Uh-huh.
And
Hey, Debbie.
hi Debbie. I kind of just looked at the final picture because I actually had watched this thing twice and trying to find us. Only put it's only giving me different people. Don't no. Find me. Wow, if you're not on your usual device, it can be so hard when you're my age. Little kids are like, and it's like, here you go.
I know. They are. It drives me crazy.
Hi, Debbie. Hey, y'all. So anyway,
This
I
hair
was,
is about to make me crazy.
I
I
see,
called
some people
I
thought like
called
that's
her.
a new hairstyle that you have now.
You what?
The other day, someone said, oh, your hair looks great. And they thought it was like a new, it's like the older hairstyle that you had, like when it was going like kind of down in your face.
Uh-huh. Hey, Steph.
Hi, Steffi. I mean, Steph.
But
Sorry to call you
the
Steph.
I can't get until February 12th.
Well,
Even if I leave it longer, it still needs to be shaped.
I was watching this guy. Maybe you people in the audience, I'll give him a shout out. Maybe you'll be interested. His name is Justin Hickok, and he's a hairdresser, but he deals especially with women over 50,
Uh-huh.
and thereabouts, or people who have like thinning hair. So sometimes he says like, there's like for me, I could tell already from watching his videos what he'd say is wrong with my hair.
Uh-huh.
But you go into his salon, he did a few consultations and haircuts with women, and it was interesting to watch what he said. Like, what do you like
Where is he
about your
located?
face? On the other side of the country, so we can't go. But he was like saying, hi Scarlett. So he was
Hey,
saying,
Scarlett.
like, he even asked once he was doing a live. So he says, okay, audience, do you mind? I'm going to ask what's wrong with your hair. So people were saying, oh, she has split ends. Oh, so basically what he says is, you don't want your bulk of your hair to be wide, like down here if you're older. You want like some lift at the top. It doesn't have to be layered, but it has to be light enough that it could be lifted. And one lady wanted a bob, but her last hairdresser made the back really stacked, and then she made this long, and she said it kind of appeared to her like the pieces that were falling over her ears looked like puppy dog ears, like hang dog
Uh-huh.
ears.
She probably needs to thin it underneath.
So he kind of made it so it would like, he said the problem is that like as it's growing, the stack is growing back, it's pushing this hair forward,
Mm-hmm.
and so I have to like kind of make that stack less severe and like bring the layering a little bit more in, but like subtly. So it's not like 80s layering like I kind of like. I like that Farrah Fawcett kind of
Hold
hairdo.
on. Can you see why that washer or dryer or what's beeping in there? I got them both open.
So anyway, the last two that he had done live, or like he did the whole console with, I kind of like the way they turned out a little better. This one, it
Uh-huh.
felt, I think she wanted to go shorter, kind of like almost, and he didn't do that. And I think like in 2 or 3 weeks, she's probably going to think, I need a haircut again.
Right. That's
But
why I usually do mine shorter because my hair grows so fast. I don't know.
and then he said there's like during the pandemic, people were just doing sort of like what I've been doing the last few months, just like kind of letting it grow.
Mhm.
And then you see like the color change and
Right.
it starts poofing out only at the bottom. And then I don't know. So then he said that then like, because people got tired of it when, as soon as the salons opened, people were getting pixies. So he said, like, if you want a pixie, that's cool. But, maybe you want a longer pixie or a shorter pixie. Figure
Right.
it out. Don't just assume your hairdresser knows stuff.
Just like that. Just like you spelled it. Shaun. Shaun.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Uh,
You had the washer open.
Huh?
You had the dryer open.
Oh, I know. It was because
That's
it was
what's
doing it
beeping.
when it was closed.
so are you
Yeah.
crocheting now?
Huh?
Is this a crochet show?
No. Why?
Oh,
I was just.
because I could go get my crocheting.
If you want. I got this yesterday at Ollie's. It was $2 for the roll. And it's got some scrubbies. I was making some dish towels for my new house.
Okay, cool. Let me go get my. I'll go get my.
I got a frog in my throat. You got to scoot closer to me if you want to get in.
Right here. You can still see me in the little.
Yeah, I have to push back if you want to get in.
Miss Ginger?
You're fine, right? He said he's fine right there.
Do you want to
So
come
what's
in?
everybody doing today?
Are you gonna make a mess?
Well, of course they're going to make a mess. What do you think?
We made a mess actually. Just by. We still have our painting supplies. Oh my gosh! Yesterday, a part of like the cabinet that I had painted with the other red that I didn't like peeled right off, and the paint under it is very shiny. So I did here. So I suppose I need to rough it up or put some kind of sticky primer. I didn't want to do that. I don't mind roughing it.
Oh no, Scarlett has a cold nose.
A nose
How cold is it there, Scarlett? Next Tuesday, we're supposed to get rain, sleet, and snow.
I rolled over in bed onto Norton's head, and I fell asleep. And then all of a sudden,
Norton's head.
Yeah, and then I feel him wiggling out, and I'm like, "What? I didn't even know." Oh, poor puppy. He didn't even. Then I put my arm over his head. He didn't budge. He was like, "I'm here. I'm not moving."
Right. Oh, no. That kid's got stranded in negative temperatures.
Ooh.
Do y'all keep like an emergency pack in y'all car? Everybody who lives like northward?
We should, but we don't have any. I don't have anything in my car now. I should have an extra.
Like a blanket or.
Yeah, at least something like that, or just like an extra layer.
Wait, did you see yesterday? Jane said it was 7 degrees. They had 28 inches of snow and expecting 6 more. Bless her heart.
That's like roof collapse snow.
Yeah. Wow. I told her she better snuggle up with them puppies she got.
Oh, by the way, do you remember
I kept saying tap lips, huh?
Remember I was saying like I've heard like explosion sounding things here?
Uh-huh.
I found out that some of the mountains do explosions to make like a forced avalanche. I didn't even realize that they do that around here. So that's what we've been hearing. I have to tell my husband because like we just thought that just shook the house. What was that?
Wow.
Yeah. Say I love you. I love you.
I've taken Bella out 3 times and she still won't do anything because she's too nosy.
Can you say
she
I love
found
you?
it's like to a magnolia flower, and it's real picky once everything falls off of it. So she was chewing on that. I had to take that away from her. And then she found a piece of paper. I had to take that away from her. And she still didn't go. Now she's after me to bring it back out.
I used
Yeah, I
to
love
work.
you. I love you.
I'm gonna
Hi.
go wake
I
up
love
TJ
you.
and ask him.
I love you. Can you say it? Can you say I love you? I love you.
Get over here.
Bella, you better behave.
Come here.
I'm gonna knock you out. I won't.
Mama said knock you out. Mama said treat and check. Come on.
Oh wow.
Hi, Jessica.
Hey Jessica.
Yeah.
Don't you hump her while we're live on television. That's not nice.
Oh, Bella is after Precious all the time. I don't know what to do with her.
Oh, what the toodle is.
The minute Precious hits the floor, she's after her.
Norton's very. He's been trying to hump. He's been humpy lately. I don't get it. I thought they were not supposed to be in the mood for that when they got fixed. Oh well.
Oh, Precious, believe it or not,
Well,
humps on Bella all the time, and
It's
I think
dominant.
it's a dominance thing.
It's a dominance thing, but they look like I don't know. I think it went a little past dominance. Oh boy.
I don't know.
Get over here.
Because they're both girls. They're both fixed.
Get over there.
My first dog used to hump girl dogs a lot.
Mhm.
But she was, the first time we were in the dog park, she got humped. So maybe,
Yeah, let me go ask TJ to take her out. Hold on. Talk to Sean.
So Sean, tell us about what you're currently doing today.
I mostly just woke up.
Okay.
And this is awkward.
Come to the microphone so we can hear you. So you just woke up. Did you have breakfast?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Frosted Flakes.
Okay. And I had crackers and cheese. The breakfast of champions. Triscuits and cheddar cheese. I had Triscuits. Oh, look how cute she looks with the ears when she puts her ears up.
She looks like she got pigtails.
Yeah, I want the little bows.
No, nothing.
Oh, I love you. Say that, Norton.
That was so awkward.
What?
I asked him a question. I interviewed him. I said, what is he doing? And did he have breakfast? And what was his breakfast?
Oh, yeah. He had Frosted Flakes this morning.
But he said.
And then she said she ate crackers.
She ate crackers. I'm just going to go get that last banana that's left because I'm feeling nauseous.
I bought little bananas. And I mean, not the baby, like, teeny tinies, but I bought small, regular bananas. And I had one. Hey, Jane.
Hey,
Are you there
Jane.
in snow? I heard it was really snowy where you were. How's it going? Can you get out? Can't breathe.
I hit my side on the counter.
Oh.
I feel congested.
It's starting to get funky.
You'll be all right. Eat it.
Oh, my husband would love that banana. That's right up his alley.
Ugh.
He loves when they're like that. Ugh, I hate it too.
Bella loves bananas.
I like them when they're almost just a touch yellow, almost green.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I said they trick you. I think if there's just a little yellow on them, they're way more ripe.
Well, you get them, and then they're like green, and the next day they're brown almost. Now they say if you take like foil or something or wrap the
and you learn that in TikTok, right?
No, on YouTube. Okay. They said if you wrap the stems.
It's 2 degrees and lots of snow, she says.
Mm.
Our snow almost melted, but for some reason, I guess in the afternoon, it gets a little warmer, but it's been around 14 here. It's been pretty cold. I don't feel as cold like right now because I have the heater on over here.
Well, we're supposed to get a little bit of rain today and tomorrow. But the thing is, that means the house is not going to be done. Because they were supposed to bring the pylons either today or tomorrow.
And when is the rain tomorrow?
It's supposed to rain today a little bit. Hopefully it's not enough to bother, but the ground is so wet. There's still water where part of the house was.
They keep waiting for no rain. It might not ever happen.
Mm-mm. It has to be not enough rain to get the heavy equipment in there to put the pylons.
Right.
So he said
they don't want to.
They would put the pylons, and then within 2 weeks they'll do the framing, and then the roofing, and then the mechanical stuff, and then I guess they'll do the inside after that. You want another piece, Precious? She's so picky.
Wow.
I did a chart on the progress of the house. All it is 4 sticks in the ground from the survey.
Better than no sticks, I guess.
I guess.
Uh-huh. You ready for
I emailed the contract supervisor or whatever. He never got back with me. And finally, so I sent it to the guy, the owner's secretary, and she got in touch with me. Hey, Gwen.
I brought my crocheting.
Nice. I love those colors.
Thank you.
Oh, we can see it so much better than the other night. That's beautiful colors.
Well, you can, yeah, because it's just the light is coming from the window, not over my head.
I don't know yet.
Whoever designed this house was very, very tall. Very tall.
Yeah.
I'm talking, I
Thank you.
sometimes climb up on a step stool and I still can't reach the top of things. So initially we had the kind of shower thing that you could flip from like spray to a handle. And I literally had to take the back scrubber stick and like try to work at it because it was that much higher over my head.
Right. Bye, Jessica.
Bye, Jessica. I said to my husband, I can't do it. I'm going to fall and break my ass. Oh, I'm sorry. So he got some kind of an extension and brought it down a foot. And he goes, is it better now? I'm like, yeah. Because, I mean, it was like.
I don't like the one here. You can't adjust it.
It was like this much higher. And I'm like, what kind of 7-foot tall people built this house?
Right.
Anyway, it's nutty.
The one in this bathroom, you can't adjust it. So it like sprays straight to the back of the tub. It's awful.
My house in Jersey was hitting the back every time too. So my husband, he brought like some kind of different shower head so it would go like out and down.
Squirrel.
You see a squirrel?
I hope Bella doesn't see the squirrel because then she'll be barking and barking.
I saw it.
I don't quit. My lips are going to be down on my chin if I don't quit licking my lips. They're so sore.
I saw a reddish brown squirrel yesterday, but I didn't really get a good chance to see if it had like the longer ears, but it was definitely a different color. The normal squirrels around here are kind of gray.
Uh-huh.
So this one was like I said, different. And it was always hiding on the other side of like where it would run to the other side of the tree. So I'm sitting right where I'm sitting, couldn't see it. But I saw its tail. Definitely. I like seeing different kind of animals.
We don't see much here.
I heard there's porcupine in the woods up the hill.
Oh.
And I'm not that anxious to see one of
Well, keep your dogs away from those.
Those are big. They're pretty big, actually.
Hey, Beth.
The guy said,
"Hey, Robin."
Hi, Robin. Hi, Beth. They definitely, he said, yeah, they'll get your dogs. And the dogs always seem curious about them.
Yeah.
And
how many times I watch Dr. Pole and they yanking those things out those poor babies' mouths.
They have little barbs at the end, so they get nice and stuck. Anyway.
It looks so pitiful when it's all in their mouth, and
it does.
But they keep going. They had one dog. It was bad. The next day came back again. The dog.
I saw that.
They don't learn.
No, they don't learn. That's why my dog's got skunked twice in a month.
Jane wants to know if those turkeys were on parade, Suzy.
It was so funny. They hopped out of the bushes on the side of the hill, like one at a time, and I'm like, "What's that? Oh, more! Oh, I said it's a turkey. It's 2 turkeys. It's 3 turkeys. Let me get my camera." And then it ended up being like 11.
A slew of them.
11.
Wednesday, she's watching Dr. Pole right now. I love Dr. Pole.
And then they ran across the field close to like where the sheep are, and then the sheep were hanging out by where the hay is. And when they saw the sheep, they stopped and they got really tall. I can't make my video cameras like go close, and they all got tall and were like looking toward the sheep. and then they, then they got regular sized, and then they crossed the street in line like a little parade, and they went up into
That's funny. Wait, I have to go get a headband because I can't take this anymore.
Okay. The dog and the skunk, Gwen, it's horrible. And even if you, like, my dogs got it up into their nostrils and in their mouth and in their eyes. And I mean, like, you could wash most of the inside of the ear, but like, there's just so much you could do on the face. Like, you can wash, you know what I mean? Like, if they still have that stink up in their nose, you can't get it. And every time they would get wet, almost probably for 6 to 9 months, they had an essence of skunk. It was horrible.
That feels so much better. It is what it is.
Do you remember that movie Napoleon Dynamite? And then I think he was wearing like a headband across his forehead, and he had like curly hair. Vote for Pedro, no?
Mm-mm.
It was sort of a very low budget movie that I kind of liked. It does look good.
Thanks. I can't. And I know it's going to sound crazy, but with my stuff I have, my hair hurts. And when it touches my face, it makes my face hurt. I can't take it.
I would probably get a buzz cut.
Oh, Robin says she loved that Goofy movie.
I love that. I love that dancing. There's a whole little like interview about how they made it, and it was like super low budget, and the lead only got $1,000 initially for being in the movie, and it was just interesting.
Wow.
Fascinating how they made that movie. And they said when they did that dance scene, which is my favorite scene, and it was the Vote for Pedro dance. And anyway, he said I had 12 minutes of film, so we did it twice, and that's all we could do it. And it was like,
Suzy,
what?
Did you see this?
Oh, it's cool.
Isn't it cool? It's cast iron.
Cast iron. I love it. I love cast iron, and I love the peace sign.
Hey, Lindsay Ann.
Hi, Lindsay Ann. I asked my husband to do another lighted peace sign, and he said, I don't know if this is the kind of area for that. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, I'm like, you lit up the whole, like,
right?
Like, he lit up 3/4 of our property with Christmas lights, but my one peace sign light, I wanted to put.
Didn't you say the neighbors made a comment or something? Did you see those people or something?
No, okay. The guy who was doing the first plowing, and it was a couple days after we put him up. So I said, "So
Hey,
did you
Beth.
see the lights?" He said, "Well, I got a call from up the hill," and he goes, "It was his sister." And she said, "Did you see the lights?" And he goes, "Who didn't see those lights?"
That's
And
funny.
nobody really said anything about it though. I was feeling really good about living here until, do you know that we left a gift for the mailman in our mailbox and someone stole it?
That's crazy.
I felt
Maybe he told you he didn't get it so he can, hey, Angie.
Hi, Angie. No, he said that he led the conversation with a few of your neighbors are having us retain their mail down at the post office so they could just pick it up. But I mean, without a post office box, just during the Christmas season, because people were like stealing their mail. And I thought I lived in the most peaceful, like, Amish people are known to be very honest. And I mean, if you give them something, they usually barter or give you something back. Anyway, so I mean, so he said there's just like one little stretch around behind me, and he goes, it was the people from the last stretch that decided to not have their mail like stay there. But anyway, we said like we put it in the day before Christmas, and we wondered if there was another mail carrier, and he said, no, I was doing it and I didn't see it, and I'm sorry. And I said, oh well, you thought maybe he was saying it to get more. He did. He just said to me, he said, that's all right, don't worry about it. And I'm thinking, well, it's not really all right. I mean, it's
right, because somebody took it. I forgot to send my mama the link.
I mean, I'm glad that he was cool about it, but it's like, I don't have a whole lot of tips to be giving people. I'm saying.
Right. No, I hear you.
And we felt bad that he was putting a lot of our mail in plastic bags. I live.
Oh, so it wouldn't get wet?
Yeah. They have like, I mean, all the mail carriers around here have those in their cars.
Liv said she liked that movie too.
Around here have those in
Okay. Let me send my mom the link. Because I did.
I think it's very sweet. And I've watched it a couple times. I'm into watching it again. I don't think my husband liked it that much.
My favorite movie in the whole world, if I need a good laugh, is Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore.
I don't know that movie.
Oh, you have to watch it at least once. Oh my God, I've watched it so many times. Oops, my mom. Hold on.
Say hi, Mama. Well, Lindsay said it was so funny. Anyway, I don't know. I watched a movie. Sometimes I watch movies. My husband likes, I want to say dark-ish movies. Not dark, but I mean, like, he doesn't necessarily like comedy movies. We like subtle comedy, not like when they're trying to be like hit you over the head with comedy kind of movies. I don't know I mean, like Airplane to me. Like, Airplane 1 was funny when I was a kid, but as I got older, I'm like, not really my kind of thing. But if there's funny moments in a regular movie, I like that. But we do enjoy, like, I enjoy a movie about, like, if they say serial undead people, undeaders. Anyway, it's funny. I actually liked Elf. The first time I saw Elf, I laughed hysterically.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. But you know how many, and I love A Christmas Story. That's one of my favorite movies. But one year I had it going, it was on a loop, and I had it going for like 24 hours straight. And then the next year I saw it like twice or three. It's like this year when we put it on, I fell asleep to it and I slept through almost the whole thing. So I guess I'm getting a little bit over it. Do I like scary movies? All right. I like some scary movies. but not all. Like if they're about like, if it's just like things that jump out and scare you or ghosts necessarily, I don't like it. But I like some zombie-ish or biological kind of like issue movies, which is weird. Like, but there was a movie called 28 Days, and then there was 28 Days Later. Those kind of movies appeal to me. And there was one called Contagion. I like those kind of scary movies. Cotton-headed Ninny Muggins.
Me either. Hey, Ann. No scary
You've
movies.
seen real monsters? I've seen a lot of monsters. And some of them look like your neighbors, if you know what I mean. I'm just saying, you know, like people you think are nice and are very helpful can be not nice deep down. They might think they're being nice. No. Anyway. But I mean, when I get like, if I get anxious lately, I sometimes get up, I start like looking through, it's almost like the tension makes me get like so anxious. I have to like walk around a little or.
Right. How's it going, Ann?
There was a show my husband was watching, and I think in the show it was detectives and they were hunting down, can I say words? Like, you know, someone who was people. And anyway, it was very intriguing because they caught them, but it wasn't just arbitrary, you know, pew-pews and stuff. It was like, it was serial kind of stuff, which I find more interesting. Like Silence of the Lambs. I love that movie, but it's hard to take. It's frightening, but it's good.
Missing thumbs. Probably one of them is mine. Nope, mine's up. Who didn't put their thumbs up?
Something's happening where I'm not getting.
Something's happening?
I mean, on my cell phone is not like the chat's not progressing.
Oh, Teresa.
No way, Suzy.
She's been a member for 6 months.
What should I do?
You know what that means, right?
How do I reload?
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, one more. Angie.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what was one of my favorite movies?
Oh, Little
A
Miss
Beautiful
Sunshine.
Mind. Huh?
Liv said she loved Little Miss Sunshine. I've seen that twice. I like that movie. I never saw Suspiria.
I know. I got it in your head. Teresa, stop it.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Congratulations.
Thank you, honey.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And that is Nana's voice on there.
Thank you. Thank you. Like that.
I don't know how she did it, but yeah, that's Nana's voice.
Well, I mean, when you play it sound off, so I'd have to like push for the sound, but I remember saying something like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yep. Thank you, honey. Oh, I tell you. Yeah, A Beautiful Mind. That was a great movie. Did y'all see that?
I saw it. It was good.
Except I had to watch it like twice. Because if you don't just sit there and watch it, you're going to miss something very important. And when I watched it the second time, I'm like, oh. You know, it was like,
I sometimes need to watch certain movies twice because if there's a lot going on and my brain is so scattered that, especially now, I have to watch them again. There was like one of the streaming services, it had a series that had like real people in it. Not like real people, but like they didn't have Hollywood type faces. Like there was the main woman was like round and the main guy was like a little dorky and slim, and they were all like kind of regular type people. I love that
Right.
they had a cast that didn't look like Hollywood. I love that.
Yeah, I know. Angie and Robin said they love that movie. It was an awesome movie. At first, I didn't realize what the little girl was. Like she was, I don't want to say in case somebody wants to watch it.
Good Will Hunting was an excellent
It
film.
was Russell, what's his last name? Russell
Crowe? I'm just saying Russell
Hey,
Crowe.
Maria.
Hello, Maria.
Debbie's back.
It was about
Oh,
Steve.
I'm sluggish this morning.
I like The Sixth
Sorry.
Sense. That was good.
Sixth Sense. I don't think I saw that.
Is that the?
Yeah, Russell Crowe. That's it. He's a
dead-
great actor.
I see dead people.
Yeah, I remember the commercial, but I don't think I ever watched it. I don't like movies like that because then I don't sleep.
I guess there was a movie I saw when I was younger, and it stuck with me for quite a while. And then I saw it again, and I don't know. It was called Seven. And if you have if you don't like kind of scary, suspenseful, don't see it. But if you like that kind of thing, it was very well made. I'm just gonna say it that way. It was well made.
What was the movie? Oh God, Garrett and I went to see it at the picture show. I made him leave. It was the one where these big wormy looking things was under the ground and they couldn't walk on the ground. Y'all remember that? Y'all know what movie I'm talking about?
Like you mean like Dune? I don't know. There were sandworms in Dune. Seven with Brad Pitt. Yes.
It was huge. And the people couldn't walk on the ground. They had
Tremors?
Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but
okay. Now, how about the first movie? It was called Alien, I think, not Aliens, with Sigourney Weaver as like a badass, powerful woman in the lead. That was good. About a really long time. Hey, Dad.
You guys are so sweet. See, Teresa, I told you he's sweet.
That's nice.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, they said Tremors. That's what it was.
Alien was one of the first, I'm going to say, horror type movies I saw in the theater. Well, maybe not, because I saw The Exorcist, but I was a little too young for that, I feel. Like when I went to see it in the movies.
I never saw that, and I don't want to see
that.
it.
That was kind of disturbing for me at the time. Probably.
No, Gwen, it's Nana Tink. She made that. It's her voice. I don't know how she did it, but yeah, it's Nana Tink.
Thank you.
Thank you. That Tooch loves that thing. I don't know. I don't like I said, I don't like scary movies. I don't like alien movies. I don't like.
There was, look, I used to watch, oh my gosh, The Walking Dead movie.
Never watched that. My kids watch that.
Seasons and seasons and seasons. So I used to watch this movie, and forget the fact that there's zombies, right? I'm thinking, who cut the lawn? Where are all the horses? In the first season, there were no dogs, there were no horses, there were no cats. And I'm thinking the sides of the roads were all cut. And as things were going along, they're like siphoning gas. You know that gas isn't going to be good. And then they were using batteries from cars. And I'm like, those batteries, my battery didn't even last for once it turned cold, my battery would be bad. Anyway,
Hey, Tina.
I'm just so my husband would be like, why are you so upset about the other stuff? And he said, you believe that there's zombies watching? I go, no, I know there's no zombies. I'm just saying, if they want us to believe that this is like zombie apocalypse, find some roads that are overgrown. Right.
I don't think I saw that, Angie.
It was.
I'm assuming that was made around here, Angie. Now, Robin, I used to watch The Twilight Zone when I was young. And actually, I like that movie.
I don't think I've seen that. When
How's
I
it
was a
going,
little
Tina?
kid, did you ever watch? Okay, this is funny. My husband had on Lost in Space the other day, and I heard the sound in the background. I go, "Is that Lost in Space?" And he's like, "Yeah." I said,
Oh, yeah, I watched that. I did.
When I was a toddler, there was a scene in one of those Lost in Space. I mean, like I'm talking little kid that frightened me, and my mom was like, "That's it, no more TV for you." And I was like, and he said, "It's so lame." He said the thing that scared you was a guy in like so clearly a costume. I said, I know. When I look back, I'm thinking there's just a time frame when little kids see like a walking around, like, even in Disney World, like they see a huge Mickey Mouse and they're like, like how come it's so big?
Right. I'm going to look that up, Angie, and see if I can find it and watch it. Wait, was it scary, Angie? Tell me it wasn't scary, Angie. I don't know. Tell me a little bit about it. I may have saw it. Like, is it in People in the Bayou kind of thing?
Where the crawdads sing.
Maybe, Jane. Shoot, I can't remember what I had for breakfast, Jane.
Who was that guy? Rod Sterling. Sterling or Sterling? Sterling.
The guy was walking on side the road.
This is the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Yep. I guess that was.
There were some silly ones that sort of, I was like, eh. When I used to see later on. My husband was watching.
Wait, you know what show I had liked? It was some little series called Haven. It was weird, but it was called Haven. I enjoyed that. It was like these certain people in this town were like other things. I don't know. It was weird.
Other things like pod people?
No, like, or they had, I don't want to say powers. They could do things. I don't know. It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's sort of like on the lines of those two guys, the brothers that ride in that car, and they. Oh shoot!
Oh,
I liked it.
Was it like there was a show we were watching? It was a series, and these people sort of drove into some town, and it turned out it had like walls. I mean, it seemed pretty normal, but it wasn't normal, and it had like walls around it, and
supernatural. It's kind of maybe based like that. Is that what they called it, Tina? They had the Troubles. Hey, Glenn. Glenn, you ready for our cold next week?
Did you buy a sweater? Do they sell like jackets in the thrift shop? I mean, it would pay to get it at a thrift shop and not in a regular store if you're only going to use it like 3 times a year.
I know. I don't own a jacket. I'm going to be serious. I don't own a jacket. I own a little jean jacket. That's about it.
You know what's good to have, though, is like a zipper sort of water repellent sort of thing. And then you could put a sweatshirt and that over it. And it keeps
I have this big kind of shawl thing that I can even put over. I don't know.
We used to call them like windbreaker. That's what.
Sleeping Bee. She said, I just remember Supernatural because they were hot.
They were. I'm going to tell you, I prefer movies where like characters are regular looking. And I don't know. I saw a movie where like half the cast was regular looking and half the cast was so Hollywood beautiful. And I was like, how realistic is it that there's like 2 of the most beautiful people in the universe? I don't know. Like this, the guy in it is sort of very regular, not that special. And his wife is so hot. And I'm like, really? He's not rich. I don't get it. Well, whatever. It's not for me to get. I think it was just in his contract that he gets to have a hot wife.
Okay.
I don't know.
Possible rain, sleet, snow next Tuesday, Glenn. And you're more north than I am.
The
But
Entergy,
about
what is
30 minutes.
Entergy
No.
guy? Is that
Huh?
what, he said the Entergy guy.
Oh, the energy guy. Oh, that's our energy company. Lights.
Oh.
That's who we have. Yeah, I did see that guy, Lucifer. I don't watch the series. My daughter did. I didn't. Now,
Is that
Haley loves Dexter. They love that show.
I
I
like
don't know.
that.
I don't like the sound of it, so I'm not watching it.
I liked it. I mean, the last
James
season,
says Lucifer
was
milks her.
is that the guy?
He is good looking.
Idris Elba.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know names.
Is he British? Is he African British?
Is he British?
Lucifer, the guy from Lucifer, isn't it Idris Elba?
Yeah, Dexter's a serial killer.
See, like, to me, he was doing a service. Sorry.
So that's what he killed killers.
Idris,
okay.
Yeah, Idris is really.
Yeah,
I'm
never
gonna see who
watched
my
Dexter.
husband is before I would say, yeah, he's hot. I'm like, look.
Well, look, my husband watches wrestling, and he watches all them half-naked women wrestling. So
he has a great accent, and he's good looking. I kind of like, and I don't know why. I don't really think he's all that good looking, but there must be something about him. He has kind of creepy eyes, but like Jake Gyllenhaal, every time he's in a movie, I want to see that movie. So I like the way he acts, and I loved Brokeback Mountain. A lot of people didn't like it. But a lot of people did like it. I loved it. I thought it was such a, like, you know, these two tough guys that really couldn't be in love were in love, and they would like hook up, I guess, on a fishing trip, maybe once a year. I don't know. It was, to me, it was excellent.
Oh, I love Saving Grace.
And
and wait, what's the other one? The one, it usually came on back to back. The FBI agents who would hide people, put them in witness protection and stuff. That was a good movie. Not movie, series. Now, if you go to my mom's house all year round, she's watching Hallmark Channel. We watch Christmas movies from July to December. I think they finally stopped them. Oh my God, it was awful. Criminal Minds. I liked that for a while. I watched it. My husband's favorite is NCIS Los Angeles. He loves that show. Every morning he watches it.
My father loved NCIS, the original one, and my husband likes it too. I loved Yellowstone.
Hey, Lorraine.
I did better in the beginning. So is it Lorraine or Danny? Danny and Lorraine. Hello.
Lorraine.
It's Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine.
Lorraine.
How are you? I liked all the Yellowstone ones, because they had the original one, and then the one that was 1820 something. Numbers and me don't get along. I think it was 1828 or something, but I'm probably wrong.
I don't know. Lorraine, because of my auctions, if you fill out the job form, hon, I'll make you blue. I'll put it in here somewhere. But because if I make it,
Clint Eastwood, El Camino, good movie. Did you see it? I think it's called El Camino. Anyway, I like that. I really like that movie.
I'm trying to copy this.
I loved it. I saw it twice. Good.
There you go.
I like when It was just really well done. And I think he directed it and starred in it. So he might have even, I don't know if he wrote the screenplay too, but he's a very talented guy. He said he was retired from acting, Clint Eastwood. So he was just directing. He directed a
Then
movie.
he went into politics, I think.
Well, I still think he directed a movie.
But didn't he just played in, I think it was him, the old man.
Well, he couldn't play a young man.
No, it's called The Old Man, and Toby Keith's song is in that.
I'm sorry for laughing. It was called the You know that movie about an old man. Well, yeah.
My sister told me about it.
There was
it was called.
There was one movie he was in recently that people were buzzing about, and I think I saw it, but like I don't remember it. Sometimes I forget movies. I forget so much of it that when I watch it the second time, because if I remember thinking I liked it and then I see it again, I mean, I'll like it the second time because I forget so many details. And I'm like, oh,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good, Debbie. You're always cooking something good. Yesterday we had leftovers of the baked chicken and mac and cheese. And I thickened up the gravy from the chicken and we ate it over rice. So it was a little bit different.
It sounds nice.
You cannot watch reruns, Elizabeth? Girl.
Well,
if it's a good show, I'll watch reruns.
Last night I ate cottage cheese, your favorite. So did you ever even have it?
No, but you know what it is?
You never had it.
I got texture issues.
I'm sorry.
It gives me the dance. I can't do it.
It might not be the texture you think, is what I'm saying.
I just can't. I can't.
But you can eat cream cheese. Just saying.
Angie.
It's in your mouth.
You know what the dance are, right?
You can eat cream cheese. You could try that. You just have to taste. I'd be like the mother that would say, just take one bite and then tell me you don't like it.
Ain't doing it, Suzy.
I bought the Lactaid cottage cheese. It doesn't have a weird texture at all to me.
Oh, say it again. The dance.
The Dan.
This is a Willie.
The Dan.
No.
Say Dan, but you're still.
Did you see the poutines?
You're getting caught up on the first the Dan.
Oh yeah, I like that movie too. But I think I'm over it now.
Over it.
Oh, Angie, I was listening to you yesterday. I was bringing my mom to the doctor, so every time my phone would ring, it would knock you off, and then I have to get back on. And
okay, so hi, Sleeping Bee. It's not curdled; it's curds. There's a difference between curdled and curds. Curdled is when, it's
like it gives you the frisson.
No, but do you eat ricotta cheese? No.
I don't like the taste of ricotta cheese. I tasted that. I don't like it.
I don't like that either, but I like cottage cheese. See, so there's a difference.
And I don't like the texture of ricotta either, but I don't like the taste of ricotta. So, like, I don't put it in my lasagna.
Did you ever have cheese curds? Because in Canada, they eat cheese curds.
No. Her Sleeping Bee says too similar to her.
It's really different. But, I mean, like if you eat brie cheese, I don't know. I've had like blue cheese and blue.
No, I know it's not bad milk.
No, it's like they add. It's like eating cheese, only it's a softer cheese. It's sort of like farmer cheese.
Right. Nah. Well, the frisson, Robin, is sort of like the dance. This is kind of the same thing.
You don't like buttermilk either. Buttermilk is sour.
No, I just cook with buttermilk. I don't like to say drink it.
There was a hot dog stand in New Jersey, and and they said delicious fresh buttermilk, and I'm like, nothing goes better with a hot dog than a big tall glass of buttermilk.
Teresa said she can't do cottage cheese, and she has not. Oh, and she says she has tried it.
I think like I've had so much dental work that I had to find something that I could eat. And that was.
Yeah. Now, Anne says she likes ricotta with a drizzle of honey and walnuts.
Okay, that sounds good. No, when I had one of the last surgeries, I was supposed to be on soft food, so they said I could have cottage cheese, and I was so hungry because I didn't really eat a lot for 2 weeks, and all I was dreaming about was like a meatball, and then I had cottage cheese, and I was like, this was like best food I ever had because it wasn't like Jello. You know what I mean? After you're just eating Jello and broth, and then you finally eat something, it's like,
right,
good. My whole taste changed after that.
Oh, Elizabeth. You know, if you take it out that package, it's not bad. You got to take it out those nasty little packages they come in.
Some lunch meat can feel slimy.
Yeah.
There's some of them has like really high. They all have it. I think they have almost like 20% water, and some have higher contents of water. So yeah, there's some drier cold cuts and some wet cold cuts. So like ham can be wet. I don't care.
Can be, but like Chisasi ham, which is like an expensive ham here, is
it dry? It's
more of a dry ham.
We
I can't do it in lasagna either.
Prosciutto, they say, but it's prosciutto it was spelled like that. That stuff's not wet. Very dry. Yeah, it has a lot of sodium. Tongue. Do you like tongue? Tell me, Robin.
Oh, no.
I made a tongue. I made a tongue. It was so good. But
right, Glenn. My dad used to buy this stuff called luncheon tongue. And we had this grocery store, Del Champs. They were the only ones that would carry it. It was so gross.
I was on a Del Champs. I might go to Del Champs now if they still had it.
Oh, y'all had a Del Champs?
You know, you're saying you, but if you didn't have it the way I like when it's pickled, like corned beef, when it's corned, you don't know what it's fantastic.
Well, I'll take your word for it. I'm picky. Sorry.
It was actually a little bit fatty. You know, look, I didn't like
give me a good chuck roast and I'm happy.
I didn't like the little end part. It was like, it's sort of, it's almost like, did you ever eat a beef cheek? I mean, if you're eating parts of the animal that's not that usual, like beef cheeks are very tender but they're fatty. It tastes to me almost like, if you aren't from New York and you never had like a New York style deli that had pastrami, corned beef, and tongue, then you probably can't appreciate it because the stuff that like boar's head pastrami, when you taste it, it just tastes like it's not the same.
Right. Yes, Robin. Hoghead cheese. That's a big delicacy here.
I actually went to an Eastern European market looking for the tongue head cheese, and I got it from Poland. They had it imported from Poland, so I bought a piece of that. It wasn't as good. It didn't really like.
They don't use the hog's head anymore. They used to. But now it's just like a lot of people, they use pork roast seasonings and then the gel stuff.
Well, I bought one with the tongue, pork tongue.
What's scrapple? I don't think I've ever had that. Robin.
Scrapple, I don't know. Honestly, it's a Pennsylvania thing, but I don't know what it is. It might be. It's like chopped up pieces of probably meats that you wouldn't normally eat, and then they put it in flour and they make like a loaf out of it. I don't know. A lot of these cold cut things are probably pieces of meat you wouldn't normally want to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not. I mean, if you get the
We
actual
have local places that make the hog head cheese, so it's not.
look,
So we
if
know what's going in it.
if you get a roast beef or if you get a turkey breast and they cut it thin, you know what you're eating. But like some
Right.
of the things that I have seen, I'm like, I don't know what's in that.
Yeah.
Oh, and
There's this little place in Hammond. Robin, if you ever down this way, or Angie, or Glenn, it's called Tula Cafe. It's in Ponchatoula. They have the best roast beef po' boys. They cook roast, like they put it on at night. So the next day it's all cooked. Oh my God, it is so good.
that's right, Jane.
Oh, the Dadas? My sister-in-law says that a lot. She says mashed potatoes give her the dance.
The day
I guess the frisons, the dance, all the same thing.
we say skeeved, we get skeeved out. Skeeved. That makes no sense either.
Yeah.
How do you spell skeeve? I don't know. It's a New York thing.
I've never heard that before.
Skeeve? When
Uh-huh.
you get skeeved out. It's like, it's another way to say gross. Grossed out. But we say skeeve.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's kind of that. Or they say it gives you the willies.
Yeah. When you're skeeved out, it's like an intense willy.
Yeah.
Willy. It's maximum getting the willies. Like, ugh.
Yeah. I like, right. Or we say, yeah, the frisons is like the chills, but it's also, yeah.
Damn.
No,
Sounds like
I've never eaten at Jerry Lee's. I've never heard of it.
Has anybody been in New York? In the chat. Have you been to Katz's Deli?
I've been to New York with you, but we ate at Burger King.
I know we did. It was almost like, weren't we getting tired at that point? And it was.
We were.
It was.
I
like
mean,
the
we were
closest-
ready to head back, and that was the only place like within close distance.
You know, sometimes
And they served alcohol there.
They did. I forgot. They had a
Yeah,
big-
upstairs. You went
floor.
upstairs.
I forgot. I blocked it out. But yeah,
I was like, but
that's
you know,
strange.
in New Orleans, our Burger King does this. That's odd. You would think.
Okay, now here in where we live here, like you can get alcohol at almost any gas station. They have something called the beer cave. It's cold room. You walk in. I mean, I don't drink anymore, so it's not interesting to me. But
Right.
I thought drinking and driving it should not be encouraged. There's an actual bar in the main gas station in our town. Like they have slot machines, I guess video poker.
Yeah,
and
ours we have that. They call them casinos actually because it's attached to the convenience store.
oh my gosh.
No, Gwen, I have not gotten a king cake yet. I'm dying. I have to get one soon. Except I like cream cheese and my family just likes regular. I bought this shirt and it's too big and I keep pulling it back.
I like that shirt. That's pretty. That's the Suzy shirt.
It is a Suzy shirt. Look.
Oh yeah. It's definitely up my alley. And the sleeves are the perfect length to the shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean elbow. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but it's too big. Want me to send it to you?
It probably wouldn't fit me, but I do like it. And it's up my alley. Maybe you could take like a couple of little like pinches in the back.
Maybe here.
Or like, where it won't hit, like not at a point where it will
Like
hit.
a couple pleats in the back.
Yeah. See?
Oh, I
Scarlett,
turned the heater down to 62. It's getting chilly in here.
I'm wearing an undershirt, a t-shirt, and a shirt. Well, thank you. I'm just wearing.
No, I haven't, Gwen.
I'm wearing so many
Y'all
layers.
Y'all would laugh if I told you what
I
cheeses I put in my lasagna.
She puts crawdads. No, I don't know. It might be good.
Oh, in Krotz Springs. I haven't been to Krotz Springs.
I've had sausage.
Is that a grocery store or a
Crotch? It's named Crotch Springs.
Krotz Springs.
Crotch Springs should be near Charlottesville in Pennsylvania. We have
or Blue Balls over there.
We have Charlottesville as we drive in, and I'm like,
it's a meat market.
Any food place in Charlottesville, it's like, somewhere in Italian just fainted.
Crotch. Yeah, it's pronounced Krotz Springs. They pre-make meals. Oh, cool.
Crotch Springs, huh?
Krotz Springs. Hey, Janice.
Hi, Janice.
I think they have a real heavy accent over there too.
I could put on closed captioning when I'm watching television, and we were watching something that took place in Louisiana, and we had to put
you see, y'all think I put that stuff. It's not. It's the cheeses I put.
Look, you have to hear me. We were watching something that took place in Louisiana, and the accent was so strong we had to put closed captioning on so he could understand. We needed the English translation.
But you know what gets me is the fake Louisiana accents that people try to do. Like on NCIS New Orleans. Those are the fakest accents I've ever heard. Just fake. There's
a lot of Brits playing Americans or even Irish. And I hear like one word that sounds Irish and it kind of spoils it for me. They think British actors say they kind of like doing Southern because they feel like they could kind of slip into it easier than like New York.
Yeah. Lindsay, I make my own meat sauce, but it's the cheeses. I mean, I put mozzarella and I put like a sharp cheddar, and then I add a little bit of Swiss. Oh, shut up. It makes it's delicious. I'm just telling y'all, don't knock it. Like you said with the cottage cheese, don't knock it till you tried it.
Look,
but it's really good.
I like the stringiness of Swiss. It melts great, but there's sometimes a nutty kind of.
No, but I don't put plenty, just a hint of it.
I made a pasta dish the other day, and I didn't have enough mozzarella, so I used cheddar in it, and I put like any kind of cheese I could find. And my husband said this is good. So cheese is still good, even if it's not the right cheese.
Oh, you in Newfoundland? Cool.
Well, that's cool.
She's from Newfoundland.
Oh, did we meet you at Kevin's? Newfoundland.
What's for dinner, Robin? Sean, can you put the heater up to like 65?
I wonder what we're having for supper because I did not plan. Oh, there's that. Oh, I'm missing it. Beautiful. That little red squirrel.
66, something like that. I'm cold. You cold?
That thing's so fast. I can't ever take a good look at it.
The room temperature is 64.
Oh, okay.
We have a different kind of squirrel here. A red squirrel.
Squirrel. She says squirrel.
If I say it right, you won't enjoy the way I say it now. That's all.
It's squirrel.
Squirrel.
And you get a bowl.
A bowl.
I could try.
Oh, yeah. You definitely don't want to cook, Robin.
All right, I'm just gonna do something.
Yeah, I think she's at her new place.
I'm at the new place now. We're not 100%, but
It's like that too here, Lorraine. Like there can be a little town like 10 minutes away, and you can tell where everybody's from.
All right.
You got Jennifer's not here. I can have one.
I'm gonna turn it around.
You can't
Why
have
is the
one.
choice for an ultra wide front
Don't
camera?
tell me.
Hmm?
Who wants to be what the ultra wide front camera? I'm like, who wants to be like an extra foot wide? I'm trying hard to not
Teresa
look
said
at.
hi.
Hello.
They should have an extra like narrow camera choice. Anyway.
Here.
Oh,
We have to do something. It's already
Mhm.
near February. And then
who do you want to tell? Miss Jennifer?
I would like to sell my house
Miss
by
Jennifer is the sugar police.
for sure.
Huh?
But now we need
I
prayers.
went to Ollie's and bought. They didn't have orange, so I bought cherry slices.
Okay. Where's Jennifer to yell at you for eating sugar? Anyway.
I know. Sean said he's going to tell her. She's not here.
Where'd you get him?
She usually has an appointment.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Robin. My mama can't say oil. She says Earl.
Earl.
But Robin, you know, in Kenner they have
One, two,
Loyola
three.
Drive. My husband can't say Loyola either.
Okay, Robin, where's your father from?
How you said it?
Hmm?
How you said it?
Loyola.
1, 2, 3. And he puts her up. Sounds like he's from Queens.
1, 2, 3, and they wash their dishes in the zinc.
That's how they spoke in Queens, my family, when I used to visit them. They would say Earl. We gotta go get some Earl.
Mm-hmm. My mama can't say oil. She says Earl.
So you guys say it too. Well, that almost sounds New Yorky.
Gucci, Gucci, Gucci.
Gucci, 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 Gucci. The casino? Aluminum? He says aluminum? Oh, that's backwards. Casino.
Now, Suzy thinks my mom has a real heavy accent. But
sometimes your mama talks to me and she goes, and I'm like, and she says something, and I'm like, I don't even know what she said. So I sometimes go,
just laugh.
And I'm like, I didn't understand anything.
They do. You know, Robin, when we go on vacation, sometimes people think we're from the Bronx.
You don't sound like the Bronx, sorry, but
they'll say that. Some people just say New York, and some people say the Bronx. It's weird.
Well, I'm from the Bronx. My accent would be Bronx because I spent my accent forming years in the Bronx. Do we sound alike? I don't think so, but
no, we don't. But I'm just telling you what they said.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of words. When I used to hear people from New Orleans, like the guy from Night Court, La Roquette, he was from New Orleans. And he played a New Yorker well. And he said it's really similar for him.
It'd be good.
It was easy for him.
But you gotta listen. But you gotta fill it up.
Do I have to buy a crochet hook that matches my yarn every time? This one blends right
in. Oh, no. You just gotta buy the right size. She's Charlie girl. Yeah.
That's kidding.
They say that here too.
Charlotte.
They're gonna put something in the oven.
We don't say oven, but Charlotte, my Queens, they say that.
Yeah.
Those words sound like
Teresa says potatoes
Earl.
Instead of potato.
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 We say it fast. Potato. Yeah. I never really thought that we were saying it funny, but I've heard people say potato. What am I crocheting? I'm crocheting a long rectangular thing because it'll hopefully be a scarf. If I guess it just seemed easy. I haven't crocheted in like 20 years, so I just wanted to know if I could like do it again. Thank you. And after I got past the first row, it was fine. It was like old hat. But then I forgot. I'm still like a little sketchy on the slip knot. You can show me all the videos in the world. I think like it'll like I used
Did
to
you see the one I sent you?
Yeah, I used to just go and it was done. And I was like, I would never think about it. I could make slip knots day and night. And I still make slip knots. Like if I tie 2 plastic bags together and I want to make it so I can unhook them, I do a slip knot. So how come I had a hard time with the wool? I don't know, because I was thinking about
Teresa, I finally hit
the scrub.
The scrubby part. So it's like mixed in there. Spuds.
Potatoes. Potatoes. They say potatoes. Potatoes. Yep.
Yeah. We say potatoes.
Well, potatoes. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Every time my mom sees me crocheting, she goes, "Your grandma would be so, Mama would be so proud."
Mama?
Mama.
Mama?
My dad's mom. She used to crochet. She wouldn't even look. And she would make all the little thread doilies. She'd make bedspreads.
Wait, Willie's?
Huh?
Willie's? Willie's? What did you say? You said she made bedspreads and the Willies?
And crochet and tablecloths with the thread. Girl, listen, I didn't say no willies.
I don't know. It heard like Willie's.
Right.
Oh, what are you saying
Now,
about?
my dad's parents were Mama and Papa, and my mama's parents were Mama and Papa. My mama and dad were Mama and Papa.
I never met. I mean, I met my grandmother. I met my grandfather. He was alive for the first like year and a half of my life, but I mean maybe 2. But I don't remember at all.
Oh, Lorraine says Willie's there are rubber boots.
Willie's
we just got shrimp boots here.
When Willie's is like when you're scared and you get the Willies, like you're like, when you're really like frightened or something and you shake. It's the Willies.
This stuff is hard to see your stitches.
Well, that was the issue with me starting this because I couldn't see what I was doing because I was our living room is very poorly lit, and it was just hard. Anyway, I tried to paint, and when the paint dried, it was such a different color from the wet paint that I'm like, it looks so bright, scary.
Hey, Cheryl.
Frisons. Yes. The Willies are like the frisons or the dance.
The dance.
The dance.
Aren't Willie's pee-pee?
No, people. Well,
some people call it that.
Yeah. Some people call it Johnson. I don't know.
Yeah, that too.
So like if your name was Richard Johnson, doesn't go. That would be an unfortunate naming of a male child.
Yes. Oh, this stuff is hard.
And that's Johnson is a common name. I wonder why they called it you Johnson. Oh, Willie.
I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
And when a man says it, it's like a Johnson.
Because I remember my ex saying something about when people had a lot of children, he said he doesn't know about Willie hats. And I was like, oh my God.
Willie hats.
Willie hats. And I'm like, okay. So,
that's funny.
I'm like,
Lord. The things we talk about.
Cream or water?
Just water with a splash of cream. Heavy cream. Just, like you put in the coffee and the water up to here.
okay.
Here?
Why not?
You always leave it heavy.
Y'all good. Depends on how You will take it how I fix it.
I asked him to fix me some hot chocolate, but he puts water halfway into the. So I'm like, can you fill it all the way to the top? And he's like, you gonna get it the way I fix it.
He's like, well, then there's no tip for you.
Right. I usually make it, homemade, but
She froze. She froze with her mouth open. Oh no.
I'm back. I think the kids are on the internet.
You're a little glitchy. So
yeah.
Mama
And I'm
as Gwen said, my aunt taught her son to call his a turtle. That can get a little tricky if he starts going to school and he says something about his turtle, because people will be like not understanding. Unless everybody in the area calls it that.
What, Sean? Just start with a spoon, honey. No, I don't have the willies now.
The willies are the dance.
Right.
She gets
I got the frisons right now.
the frisons.
What, baby?
The Bichon frison.
I'm coming, Sean. Hold on.
You have a Bichon frison?
I got a half bichon. And she gets real frison.
A frisson? Bichon?
And then my other dog is just a gourmand.
What's a gourmand?
She's greedy.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me go start that because it's spelling.
It's not prime time with the Willie Johnsons. No. Well, somewhere in the world it's prime time. What can I say? We can have. We could probably come up with 300 ways to call that part of the anatomy a name. Because people just get creative. And I guess when it's on my channel, we could do that.
It's by the stove at the bottom to the left.
Days. Scarlett, do you have a Willie?
Jennifer.
You have a Willie Johnson?
No, Scarlett, don't you have a willy? Stop it, Jennifer.
She's asking. It's possible. Look, that's okay with us.
It's possible with anybody. I guess.
You do you. I don't care. If you want one, if you don't want one, if you never wanted anything.
Yeah, and if you want one, I guess you could get one these days.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna get it. It's not as easy as people think.
No.
It takes a lot. It's a lot to get these things done. You have to be very committed, I feel.
Jennifer, you got multiple willies?
She's got all those dogs that have the willies. Well, the one thing that I actually do, sadly, I didn't want a boy dog because I didn't want to really be dealing with willy issues. So my dog is so hairy. I never even saw his thing.
Is your willy named Bob? Does it have batteries?
And
right, don't you child Willie Johnson. It could be rough. It could.
Well, if you had two brothers, one would be William and one would be.
Yes, Miss Jennifer's talking. Jennifer, Sean's been waiting for you, honey.
I wonder how many. No, I can't say what I'm thinking.
I just tattletale.
I just went off the battery operated situation. I'm thinking, well, it's almost Valentine's Day. Maybe
tell Miss Jennifer.
Treat yourself if you want.
Jennifer, Sean has something to tell you.
She has something sweet to eat.
Oh, I spied with my little eye Dawn chomping on. She had a red jelly candy.
I did. It was like an orange slice, but it wasn't orange. It was cherry. I only had one.
Ooh, you're doing away with that food coloring, people.
I know. I just had one.
I'm okay with that. Let them find other ways, like beet juice or something. I don't know.
Ew.
You don't taste it. They probably can purify out the beet taste. Well, what is it? How are they going to indicate all that cherry for you with no more red dye? They're going to come up with a red dye 35 that's one
Right.
molecule different. Yeah, anyway.
Oh, I can't find the stitches on this thing.
If they take away the coloring for lipstick, what are women going to do? They're going to be pinching themselves.
I don't use red lipstick.
Well, they have the coloring even in pinks and corals. I'm just saying there's a lot of people who go on the internet trying to sell that $70 lipstick. And
Right.
what are they going to do?
Yeah.
I know. I heard that they crush up beetles. What's 145? Oh, your blood sugar?
She wanted to know what it was.
So guess what? Remember I was talking about threads? I'm over 500 on threads. I'm like nearly 500, and when I looked before it was 500, 508. And you know what happened?
What?
Nothing. They said I could be monetized on Instagram, but they never mentioned threads. So but because my views I used to get a lot of views on Instagram, and I'm doing better on threads. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work out. Like 20 people see my stuff on Instagram.
I haven't been on Instagram to post stuff. I used to post my sales and stuff like that. I did 2 haul videos, but I never put them up yet. I did a short on the 4 sticks in the yard of the house.
Jennifer, she knows. I'm
What?
sure she said your blood sugar should be around 100.
No, my doctor said 130. I get sick at 100.
Are you still on 2 different medicines?
Yeah. I'm out of my pills right now because I lost them when we moved from my mom's to here.
Oh.
So, and I can't, I don't think I can refill them till next week. But I have my shot I took.
My friend in New Jersey just went on Mounjaro, and he says he's getting nauseous. So,
well, sometimes I will get like really nauseous, and like occasionally it'll be so bad that I'm like just throwing up, but it's maybe once a month or less of that severe. But sometimes I get nauseous. If I don't eat, I get nauseous. But the Synjardy makes me nauseous, the pills.
what's this in? Is it
It's glucophage. It's glucophage and Jardiance combo.
but it's not a GLP-1 protein kind of thing, right? No. Peptide or whatever they call those things. It's not the kind of stuff that inhibits appetite. I don't like they say sometimes when you take any blood sugar medicine, they say, oh, it can make you lose weight. It can make you gain weight. It could give you diarrhea. It can give you constipation. It can make you fall asleep. It can make you stay awake. It's like everything is the opposite.
Right.
Like, well, no, that's life.
Well, it's glucophage is
that was I was on that for a while. Glucophage.
Yeah.
And my cousin told me, he goes, you're better off with metformin. He felt like it was
metformin. That is metformin.
All right. Well, he told me that it was a little different because it worked more on making the pancreas work. And anyway, he's a scientist, so, and he was doing diabetes research. So I trusted what he said at the time about like what pills were better in the long run of things. Like, cause he said, if you ever hope to like turn type 2 around, that the glucophage made you have a lazy pancreas. And I was like, okay, I don't want any lazy, I got a lazy body. I don't need a lazy pancreas.
Yeah. Well, I think the Jardiance also helps protect the heart.
Oh, they're I think the Jardiance is very. My brother, I think, is on that, and they
Yeah.
gave it to him because of the heart health
Yeah.
benefit.
So it's
good
so
for
I'm on like metformin Jardiance combo. It's called Synjardy.
Okay, that actually was one that they said was really good. Anyway, my brother recently just lost a lot of weight. He looks really.
Well, I mean, I really like my endo, and I trust her. So
You should. I mean, if you like him,
yeah, she's really good.
I like when doctors.
And she's very spiritual too. And I think that's important for a doctor to add into, I don't know. Not all people feel that way, but I do.
One of the surgeries I had recently, somebody came over and did a prayer. They said, "Do you mind if I pray with you?" And I said, "I don't mind. You could pray with me. It can't hurt."
Exactly.
And anyway, I watched
Speaking of prayers, if you guys, keep the prayers coming from my brother-in-law, because they had a really rough day yesterday.
I'm sorry about that. We'll thoughts and prayers. Listen to this though. I saw a video. They were filming med students watching videos on C-sections, and half of them were like couldn't watch the film. They were turning and they were like hiding behind their like iPads or something. And I thought, that doesn't make me feel comfortable about the new med students coming into doctoring if they're not even paying attention to the lectures.
Right?
Oh my gosh. It was like,
this don't look right. It's kind of turning.
do you think it's the color variation?
Maybe. Unless I missed a stitch.
Genovia?
Oh, I think I missed a stitch. Oh, that's good, Debbie.
That is good. Yeah. If having home insurance is super important, even if you have a rental.
Yeah.
Because at least, have your contents, because you just look at what's going on in the world. You don't know if there's going to be something happening. You need to have it.
Yeah. Genovia. Yeah. I was on that before. It didn't really work for me. Mama just hit the road.
Do you know that so many people in California lost their places and they were dropped from insurance?
A lot of them didn't have insurance because they said, I don't have insurance.
Right. Because the insurance companies out there, one person said they were going to drop me next week and my house burnt down this week, so I have it. But a lot of them lost it way before this. And that's kind of, I don't know. If they're movie actors, they could probably make another movie and make money for a house. But, not everybody has that luxury.
Exactly. But, it's hard to get insurance here, too, especially after Ida. And then all the other ones.
It's, and it's hard in a way everywhere because the companies that had to pay out all of those claims back there, like I went with a mostly Pennsylvania company because I figured it's probably better in the long run because they're not paying out claims in other states.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll just seem like the way to go. But
right.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, over here, the deductibles, we have hurricane deductibles. It's awful.
My nose is.
My husband's friend, he had to pay $25,000 deductible for his house.
Did he get a full house replacement? That's a lot of money.
That was for his roof.
Wait, but an actual roof shouldn't cost, well.
He has a really tall 2-story house.
The roofs are.
But it's hard to get people who don't like. It's just crazy.
mean, I know roofs are between like, I'll just say 7,000 for a smaller kind of place, up to 20 to 25,000 if you get like the metal roofs out here.
Well,
But
our hurricane deductible for Ida was $7,500.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's almost like the price of not even using insurance and just getting your own roof.
Yeah. You're right.
Because I paid that for my last roof.
Yeah, they put stakes out, Jennifer, a couple days ago from the surveyor. So if it doesn't rain today, tomorrow, he said the end of the week they're coming with the pylons. But the yard has to be dry enough that the big equipment can get in. So then they'll put that. And then he said within 2 weeks, they're going to put, the framers are going to come. And then the roofers, and then the mechanical stuff like HVAC, all that stuff. He said the end of April, it should be done, providing there's no extensive rain delays. Because they've been getting permits pretty quick. So
they do the mini splits in the new house? Is that what they're going to do?
It's a central unit.
Okay.
They just put them up on platforms because of the flooding. So my house is going to be higher than it was before, but they're going to put us a ramp. We asked for a ramp because some days I can't climb the stairs.
Better.
Yeah, right, Jennifer. It took them long enough. I sent the supervisor to the contract supervisor who's in charge of us, email. He never got back with me, so I contacted the office, and the owner called me. Sent me an email back, and he said he would try to update me every couple weeks. So, oh wow, Debbie.
We had a couple of earthquakes in Jersey last year, but I don't know out here. I haven't really checked. Now I just hear the explosions when there's snow, so that they don't controlled avalanches. There's some pretty steep mountains around here. That could be devastating.
Oh my God, so much more, Jennifer. And my mom's happy, not that she was unhappy, but she's so OCD, and I know she's happy with her house, back, because we were all on top of each other. But she did call me this morning. She goes, I have half a batch of like good clothes in the wash. Do you want to come put some? But Garrett got our washer and stuff hooked up yesterday. But yeah, the dogs can run around, and her living room is probably almost as big as my mom's house. So yeah. So, and I can put the dogs in the ceramic floor, so I can put the dogs in there when I leave, and that way if they had an accident or something. But Bella, you bring her out and she wants to eat the acorns, or she throws something in the air and catches it. She's a hot mess. Oh, wow, Debbie.
There's a lot of little earthquakes all over. We were looking the other day because the house, when I was in New Jersey, and we felt the house kind of shake. And so I said, look up and see, earthquake news or whatever. And he said they didn't update it enough that we would know about this earthquake. And then I'm reading it. It's like, oh, there were 7 earthquakes this week. Like,
wow.
They were little, like very little ones, but they're happening. But I just love that day that there was an earthquake in the supermarket, and they're saying, and they just said, everybody online stay, everybody else leave. And I'm thinking, they get to leave. And we
just go in the street.
Well, we were already like literally ready to pay. I mean, it was the end.
So you had to leave your groceries you couldn't pay?
No, we did. They actually let us. They let us stay and pay.
Oh.
Very nice
Of
of them.
course, they want that money. Didn't you say you were in the bathroom one time when they had a earthquake in the store?
I was counting stitches. Yeah, that was that earthquake. I was in the bathroom. I heard it going, and I was like, it felt like somebody toppled over one of the ovens downstairs because it was where they made the hot food in the store. And as I was going down the stairs, because it was up a second level, the manager of the store says, ma'am, excuse me, I'm so sorry. And he ran past me and he goes, what happened? Did anything happen over here? And they said, no. And then he went running to the front. And that's when they evacuated the store.
Yeah, I guess the grocery store is not good with an earthquake. Everything be falling on top of you.
Well, it was also like one of these stores that when they renovated, they made the ceilings really high and they hung all of the duct work and the electric stuff, and they left it like exposed, so it looked kind of industrial. So if any of those things that were shaking around fell, it would kill you.
Right.
I mean, it would be a lot nicer to get like a package of crackers on your head than
actually you were probably safer in the bathroom.
Probably. Yeah, probably, except if the whole building fell down. And then I told you about the other earthquake I was in right as I was getting an ultrasound test and I didn't have clothes on, and I'm just like, I just
got a vision of that.
It just was it's like, of all the timing in all the world, the two earthquakes that I felt in New Jersey, I was pretty much had my pants off, or down.
Oh wow, Robin. Wow, that's crazy, Sleeping Bee. They're fracking the ground out from under them.
It's sad. Anyway, it's my luck in life. Next time I don't know. I'm scared to get a colonoscopy. It might bring on an earthquake. I'm just saying.
Girl, go get your colonoscopy and be done with it.
I gotta find a doctor. Really, I know. I keep, when these doctors they're like, you were supposed to get it 2 years ago. What happens? It's like, did you ever try to get things done while you're moving, and you're like almost like, we're mostly living out here now, but we really need to go back and. Like, I should tell my husband, let's go back to New Jersey and just like do a few things because we need to just keep at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to paint my kitchen here. And then every time I'm about to do that, something happens. Like I get sick or I fall and then I'm sore. And the idea of painting is like the last thing on my mind when I think I'm having a pinched nerve and I'm waking up with that weird pain in the front of your leg.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't, the last time I had it, it was like hot and numb feeling. And yet when it happened yesterday, it was just pain.
My mom, when her nerve acts up in her back, she describes it as a picking pain. This was pain and picking, and it goes, and it's from the lower back area, and it goes around the front of the leg. But they burned a nerve in her back, and it made it better.
Well, it subsided when I got up and I walked around and I went back to sleep. But I was like, ow, ow, ow. I was screaming in bed. And my husband's like, what's wrong? You in pain? I'm like, yeah. And it kind of felt like intense for a little while, and then it kind of subsided, and then it got intense again. But like when you feel pains like that, and I can only just think if you had to live like that, you wouldn't want to, because it's just like, how could you like just not think or concentrate on anything when you're just in a flare? Like horrible.
Yeah. I knew.
So I'm grateful that it went away. But I've been having feelings of that numb in the front kind of feeling. And they said it was, I have stenosis of my spine, and I don't know how it plays into the sciatic nerve, but I know when I went for chiropractic adjustments, it took about a month, but then it started feeling better.
Mhm.
It's just, I don't know. Anytime you step into any kind of medical service, it's like there's so many copays. I
Oh, I
can't,
know.
I'm like,
Oh, we got better, Jennifer? That's good. She had foot drop.
oh.
Stenosis is that for shorthand. Let me tell you about stenosis, honey.
It's when I think like is it the area around the spinal cord narrows and
Mhm.
it starts pinching on it.
Hey, John Lucas.
I don't
Well, I had pain here in my arm. It was so bad. I couldn't take it at work. I would stand to work. It just got worse and worse. And they sent me to a neurosurgeon. Then it was pressing on my spinal cord.
right.
It was so narrow. And I mean, they pretty much did it pretty quick because he said that if I fell or anything, I would be a quad. That's how bad it was.
I'm very scared though when a lot of people have spinal, like to relieve stenosis pain. I've heard of people that like one guy ended up with like an electrode in his back, and
Well, I mean, they fused. They cut me here, and I'm fused from C3 to 7.
you're okay. But did you have that trigeminal before or after that?
Before.
Okay. I always just think like when they try to fix something, they might make something else happen. And
Yeah. Well, he said eventually the area above and below can go bad. So,
I mean, I know something's gonna, you know, and every time I just wait, if there's hardly a day I wake up and I have a whole entire day where I don't feel like something is off. So
mhm.
if I feel, I mean, even emotionally, if I just even feel happy, like for a whole day, I'm thinking, what's gonna happen? Sad.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. And I feel like I'm falling apart, Debbie. It's awful.
Yeah, we're falling apart. I'm still taking meds for my face, and I'm scared. Yeah, how are they going to drill into my upper when she told me that it could go into the sinus?
Oh, girl, watch it because you can end up with what I have, the trigeminal neuralgia from if they hit a nerve. I don't want to tell you that, but I am going to tell you that.
Well, my husband
Debbie,
said it. He said like
I'll be 62 this year. And Teresa's a baby. She didn't even hit her 60s yet.
when's your birthday? It's at the end of the year, right?
It's in March. No, you're in March. Oh shit, Teresa, don't fuss me.
In December or November?
Yeah, November.
Right. I thought hers was at the end of the year. You're the only 52, you're a baby.
52.
Oh, congratulations, Anne. Happy
My
birthday.
baby.
I'm going to be 63 in March. And the
You
end of
coming
March.
to say hello, Bells? Come on.
Oh, Jennifer's a baby.
You're not drinking my straw. No, 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 no.
She was about to bark at Destiny.
I had to shave my poodle down, so her top knot is gone, her ears are gone.
She looks good, though. I think she looks good. I was going to say she looks.
You don't look like a poodle.
I know. She kind of looks more like a mutt. But
Suzy.
well, I mean like a cross between
She does not look like a mutt, baby.
Oh.
Don't look at Aunt Susie.
A
She's being
labradoodle
mean.
or something.
Auntie Susie's being mean, baby.
All right, come on. Get down.
Scarlett's 34. Oh. See,
You're
Debbie's
34, Scarlett.
giving
And
up the
Gwen
boots.
is 55.
Babies.
Andrew's 37. Oh, yeah.
Babies.
You and Jennifer are some cougars.
Yeah. Roar. Roar. Yeah, I was going to say she looks like a lab mix now.
A what?
Lab mix.
Yeah, that's what I think. A lab mix.
Look, I'm saying, I didn't mean mutt like in a bad way.
I know. I'm just teasing.
She looks more poodly when she has her top hair.
Yeah, she needs her top knot. It'll grow back pretty quick.
I don't know. I like the way she looks now, but you know,
I don't know, Robin. How old are you?
Robin, are you over 63? Look, I don't care if you're we don't care how old you are when you're here, as long as you're over a certain, what's the age, 13, 18? You have to be over 13 to go on YouTube.
Oh, Jane's 68. She said we all babies.
Robin is old. She graduated with Jesus.
John, that's not nice.
Oh, that is not nice.
Oh my God.
That would be a miracle in itself if she was still that old. Jane wins? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jane, you're the matriarch here. I would have never known.
Me too, sometimes sleeping
You
bee,
look
but then
young.
when the pain said I'm not.
Jane looks young, I feel. You know, it's if I need to get I tried to get an appointment with an eye doctor. Did I tell you that? And they use computer. You go to the place, they put your eyes next to like, and they phone it in. It's like a telehealth visit. I want an eye doctor to really look in my eyeball. And I'm like,
Wait, Jane said, really? Is that really winning, Susie?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I graduated in 81.
I graduated in 80. But anyway, I went to the doctor and they wanted to do it like a phone-in kind of, like I had to sit in front of a machine and he was gonna like supposedly look
Over the phone?
Yeah, like no, it's like it was they just said he won't be in the room. He'll just be in front of the machine. And I'm like thinking, that ain't what I want. I'm not paying $70 to have some guy not be there.
No, I mean, they do the machine, but then he comes in.
I want somebody to like look into my eyeball with a flashlight or whatever they do and see.
Oh my God.
Like robots are going to be doing these things in a couple of years if that's the thing.
Right.
Man, oh
I
man.
Excuse me. Yeah. Unless you're doing a televisit, you know.
Seriously. But I mean, pretty soon they'll do like at-home colon. Well, they do the at-home colonoscopies with that little camera you swallow. But I mean, just now I have to go in search of an eye place so that with an actual. My husband was like, "Didn't you just get your eyes looked at?" I go, "I know I did, but I feel like there might have been a change since the last time I went."
I mean, do you see an optometrist or ophthalmologist?
Lately, I haven't seen an ophthalmologist in a couple years. I've been getting the enhanced optometrist visits where they do extra testing. But
right, John.
Yeah, really. That would be an interesting colonoscopy.
It would.
My
I
dog
would say, hurry, get to the hospital real quick, Susie.
I mean, but he might chomp on it on the way down. Anyway, I'm a little scared about getting all these tests. I feel like once you start getting tests, they find stuff. I know it's dumb. It's kind of dumb to not want to know, but that's the
But
problem.
it's better to know and
Yes,
do something about it.
it is, but it'll just like break me. I just know. I'll be fine.
I
Thanks.
know. I've had so many colonoscopies and EDGs and
You mean
yeah,
the
better to know exactly.
yeah.
You know, the worst part of the colonoscopy is the prep.
Yeah, it is. I've gotten one. I mean, she said I had the colon of a 50-year-old. And I said that no, she said a 20-year-old. And I said, if I have the colon of a 20-year-old,
Bella, leave her alone.
she's gonna be pissed that her colon is some 50-something-year-old. I was in the 50s when I had my colonoscopy. So
No.
man. I don't know that my neighbors do a whole lot of medical stuff. Truthfully, I don't. Jerry, talking about the Amish people, they go to doctors when they don't feel well, and they take medicines if they don't feel well. But let's just say, if there's something like if they find out someone has a cancer, the whole like their congregation has to vote on if they're gonna foot the bill, and sometimes they don't.
No, John. Sean was here earlier, and Suzy interviewed him while I had to go do something. And then Thomas just passed. He took the dog out for me.
Hi, Thomas. Oh no, early glaucoma. I know I have cataracts growing, and I had one first in my right eye, and then the next year they said it was in my left eye too. And my right eye is going faster than my left eye. But they said, don't worry about it because it's not bad enough to do anything about yet.
Right.
And I'm like, my brother just had his done, and he said his life changed for the better. Like he feels like he could see colors and he could see.
Well, but if they do it now, they may have to redo it again in maybe 10 years. So. There you go, Debbie.
Yeah, you know, I didn't do what you said I need, and I didn't do it for like a while, and I noticed a big change in the way I had like my ADD was like off the charts. I couldn't sit still, or maybe it's ADHD, but I was like, oh my God, I couldn't focus on anything. I would jump around. I do like one row of crocheting, then I look at a video on the painting, so I do part of the painting, and I come back to the crocheting, then I start to take ornaments off the tree. I took one big ornament, wrapped it up, put it in a box, and that was it. And then I went back to something else. I can't do anything for more than 5 minutes. It's not good.
Look, my husband usually does laundry. So I told Marie, I said, I'm going to do the laundry today. She said, Lord, Daddy's going to have a heart attack.
I did do laundry. I can do laundry because you could put it in and then leave. If I had to sit and actually like scrub clothes, I would do one thing.
John, he says Cheek and Chong live with Robin.
Well, this is the thing about here is if you get medical weed in Pennsylvania, they won't let you do the license for pew kind of like hunting stuff. So I have to decide, like, what do I want? I mean, I don't know how it works here. And then, so I'm just, I mean, everybody on this mountain probably hunts in some way or another. You know what I mean? Like, you can do bow and arrow hunting. I don't know.
John. Oh, Lord, I tell you.
John, I used to do that. I sometimes would put it on in New Jersey, leave to go to Pennsylvania, come back, and it's like, you might as well throw the stuff away. It looks nasty. Yeah, Jane, isn't that nice? When in New Jersey, New York, in Massachusetts, almost okay, half of the states in the United States, it is legal for anybody with a driver license or government issued ID to go in and buy that stuff. And it's like all but 3 states have medical. So like, why don't they just pass it for everybody?
Right.
And why are those 3 states a holdout? It's just sad.
Well, Louisiana, I think it's just medical.
Right. Well, here right now, it's medical. I had my card.
But in the
Now-
beginning, it was just drops that they would let you have. But now they have the dispensaries that do everything.
They tax it, so they make a lot of money on it. I guess if it becomes a federal thing for the whole, I wonder if, it's so expensive. I wonder if they'll like
It is expensive.
to deduct it off their taxes. But yeah,
I
that
don't
was a
take,
too. It's
I
just
don't
so
take mine like I should.
even the gummies are like, how much were they? They're like
Do the gummies. They're
$2 each. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
I don't do the gummies. They all
even CBD, which you could buy in the supermarket, like how come that stuff's so expensive? Then it makes me think it's not really good. Now,
I do the one that's mixed with CBD during the day and then the straight THC at night.
Yeah, they do taste gross, don't they?
They are gross. Yes.
Like I try to just almost like take itty bitty bites and swallow them down because horrible. I heard all that stuff works better if you have a little bit of like something with fat in it so that it like assimilates into your system more.
Okay.
Just so you know. Like if you have it with a cup of hot chocolate that you put milk in or cream,
Mm-hmm.
kind of works.
I don't know.
Well, the first time I tried gummies, I didn't think they worked at all. I waited the whole day. Then a couple weeks later, I said, well, I might as well take 2.
Oh, God.
Okay. Fast forward to me sitting on the couch, clutching my knees and rocking back and forth and calling my husband and say, come home now. Why? You need to come home now. And he's like, why? I said, I need you to be here now. And he still took 2 hours. And I was like, and he said, I had to finish up what I was doing. I go, no, you didn't. I was in trouble. Yeah, it would have been funny. I was just like, So,
Girl.
yeah, I know. So I said, nah. But
It would have been funny to watch. Maybe. Sorry, Suzy.
yeah, well, it wasn't the first look. The first time I tried it, I was probably like 13. Because I had a friend who said, I have a joint. You want to try it? And I was like, okay. But it was Mother's Day. And guess who I had to deal with the rest of the day? When I was 13, my mother and my grandmother, I'm sitting between the 2 of them in the back of the car. And I was thinking, are they going to know? Are they going to know? Are they going to
They're not going to know.
They didn't know. But it was scary. Okay, now the vape pens, I think that I'm allergic to the medium that they mix in with it because I feel like I get very bloated after. Like I feel almost sick.
Yeah, I have the vape, and I asked him, I'm like, does it have all the crap that vapes have? And he said, no. He says it's just the,
I don't know what makes you giggly, like what type of that stuff like it is. I'm assuming, I don't know what it is, but I was asked like at the dispensary the last time. I'm like, do you have any giggle? And
well, wait, ours has this big 5-6 page list, and it gives you the thing, and it tells you what it does.
usually the giggle stuff comes along with increased appetite and makes you tired. And I'm like, I
Right.
don't really want to eat a lot and then fall asleep, but I do want to laugh. And they go, morning side effects may be euphoria. I go, who doesn't want that side effect? I mean, I'm just like,
Right.
if you're gonna feel happy, that's a
Like,
good
what's wrong with that?
better than feeling like, you're gonna fly off into the universe and not come back. I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I know the plant types. One is like in the couch, and the other one is like satisfied. That's all I'm gonna say. The satisfied one is the daytime, and the in the couch one is the nighttime. Oh, you're as old as that, Jane? We had those in high school. Those were giggly. I remember laughing in high school with that Thai food. I'll just call it that. Yes, Jane's spelling it out for us. I didn't want to say the words because Dawn, it's not my job. Well, my mom used to call me Suzy Woozy, and I called her Shirley Whirly. So I actually originally went on YouTube when I got my card, and I wanted to. There was like people online. Oh, thank you, John. But there were people online that were showing how to work the vape and showing how to work like this or that, and I needed to learn that. So I I was going to those channels. I think, didn't I meet you, Debbie, on the 1 Acre Homestead Ladies channel? Let's see something.
That's funny, Cheryl.
So I'm not done with this, but it's so bright now as it dried. Well, especially with the pink tape. But I was following this seminar on how to do a landscape, and you have to add a mountain and you have to add some trees. But you started with the sky part, and
Your sky looks good. Hold it up again. Oh.
I'm not happy with this paper. That didn't really make me bigger.
Because you're the wrong way, that's why.
Anyway.
That's good.
I mean, Half Acre Homestead. Yeah. Didn't I meet you over there? I haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, this paper's crappy. I bought this paper at Hobby Lobby, and I guess you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But painting paper is really expensive.
Anne wants to know what paper.
Maker's Mark watercolor paper from Hobby Lobby is
Maker's Mark. That's Sam's brand.
all right. Never mind. I maybe it was Master's Touch. I'm saying the wrong thing.
Oh, cool, Jane.
Master's Touch, not maybe. I went into Sam's brand. It was this one. Not good. No bueno. I mean, maybe if you're just drawing on it with like pencils.
Oh, Anne says that's crap paper.
So crappy. I wish I had known. Terrible.
What paper do you recommend, Jane? I mean, Anne.
It's horrible, horrible.
Jane says she's working on a watercolor portrait of her sister's dog.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, I was looking for like 140 and 300 GSMs, whatever that means. But the fact that this is probably made with like no cotton at all makes it not that good. Now, I was trying to buy some 100% cotton. Everybody who paints professionally loves Arches paper, but Arches paper could be $1 for a teeny tiny thing to like
Wow.
to $2 a piece for like that size. That's a lot of money.
That's what she said she uses. She says
Okay,
she's a
Arches
snob
is
when it comes to paper.
everybody who makes these videos on watercolor says Arches is the best. Now I did buy. Did you try Art Beak or something? It is 100% cotton. I got a pad of that.
Hey, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. Yeah, you must get what you pay for. I'm not that good though, and I feel like while I'm learning how to do basic shapes, and I guess I can't tell if I'm good if the paper's so bad it's ruining my paintings, right? So,
Right. That's right.
but I'm not. I just feel like
So is there a good like learner paper, starter paper that's
yeah,
decent?
but like maybe my paintings would look so much better. I could tell that this is not good. I need to have the name of some good paints too. That's true, Jane. I should probably just go for it. But are there any 100% cotton that aren't Arches that are good? Because there was one that was 2 for 1 on Amazon, and I was tempted because it was even thicker. It was 160 and instead of 140, so it's thicker.
Damn it.
Wait, anyway, but you're right.
That's not nice.
I was just joking with them. What are you making?
She said cut your paper down to a smaller size. Practice on 5x7.
What you making?
Well, I do have a pad. I bought another cheap pad that's bigger, and then I bought a 100% cotton pad, but it's not Arches. Oh, I saw Winsor and Newton. Like I didn't even know how much the price was, but it was really small. Those are really expensive. Graham watercolors. Hi, Kevin. Tuber Chat's here.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. How's it going?
What's up?
We were live the last time you were on Tuesday, so we couldn't come and visit.
Yeah, y'all, we have a those who don't know, we have a craft with friends channel. So this week coming, it'll be on my channel. The next week it'll be on Suzy's channel. So we're alternating channels. It was fun. Thanks, Kevin. Y'all need to check Kevin out if you want to
I
grow your
went 3
channel.
times already, and the next time will be the 4th. Just so you know, spend more
Awesome.
paper than paints for now. Okay,
My life has been so freaking crazy lately.
but I'll try to get. Where do people get Arches paper at a more reasonable price? That's what I want to know, because it almost seemed like Amazon had the best price. But once I wasn't looking, and I go, well, this one isn't so expensive. But I swear it was teeny tiny.
Like little 3x5 pieces.
Maybe even smaller. Like I like when they put a hand next to it so you can kind of see. Oh, and that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at beginner videos. Oh, a lot. Because I was doing the birds. I'll just show them since Anne's here. Like I was watching a video of a lady doing like kind of fantasy birds. So that was this one. And then I watched a different person who did bluebirds, and that was this one. And then I just did this on my own, and I wanted them to resemble, they don't resemble in color but that like the tufted titmice.
John says those look like puppy birds.
See, that was my husband kept saying.
But aren't they like not, they supposed to look like what did
They
you
look
say?
like eggs with heads, like a lot of these birds anyway, because they're all puffed out for winter.
I think they're adorable.
Well,
That's right.
I like the chubby birds. And so, but my husband said, oh, that looks like what was the lady who like who did primitives? She says, I don't like primitive. I'm like, so but too
Oh,
bad.
I like primitive.
I do too.
Frame it and sell it, he said.
Which one?
First, you got to sign it.
Oh, but signing isn't so hard. But you mean like this one?
Yeah, those.
Maybe
I like that.
maybe I'll trade for Arch's watercolor. So send me a pad. That's what I should do. I need the paints too.
I like to draw.
Well, I mean, like I've watched parts of videos like at regular speed, and sometimes I speed them up because if they're talking slow, it's my ADD. I have to like get to the point. Always sign work. Okay, I'll sign it. Now I've seen some artists, like a lot of photographers, sign the back of the prints, which I did. I was in a show. I signed the back of the print, but then I got it professionally framed, and you can't see my signature.
Oh no. We just got a weather alert. Cold weather alert. Temps dropping to the 20s Monday through Wednesday with freezing wind chills. Protect people, plants, pipes, and pets.
Oh, Grandma Moses. Oh, she was? Okay. That's cool. No need to frame. Grandma Moses was 80 when she started. So that gives me hope.
Oh, wow.
And did she have failing vision and arthritic hands? Because it's no fun.
I was trying to see if I could find my
If you like photography, you can follow me on other places like Instagram and Threads. I post photographs. So anyway, Susan and Trixie, and like Suzy Woozy is like a subtitle, but you can follow me in at Susan SUSAN Trixie TRIXIE on IG and Threads.
She said put it in a plastic sleeve to keep it clean.
Okay. I bought some sleeves.
This was my friend back, like this was when he was a kid. And
you
his hair actually looked like that. Yeah.
That's cool. You did a good job. It is. It's really good.
I don't have my other stuff in here.
I might have like I once painted I tried to make a painting in acrylic. Maybe I can find it.
It must be. I'll be on my computer.
I could probably find it.
Yeah, his hair was like that was back in like probably the 50s, 60s. And he had it all like put up like that.
Oh gosh. I painted. Oh.
There you go, John.
I painted an abstract that I have a picture of.
Oh, cool, Anne. She said she's going to start working with oil soon.
Really? I don't really enjoy the fragrance of oil paint, but it seems like it would be a fun medium. So,
when I watch him do it, I'm thinking, I could do that. In my head, I can do it.
Yeah, right. Me too. That's what I thought.
You know what I thought was so cool? These people took, I guess it was like, I don't know exactly what it was, but it looked like sheetrock mud. And they made these, I don't know, what do you call them? Like 3D things on the wall. What about body art?
This is so weird.
What?
Okay, I did this painting in acrylic, but I must have enhanced the colors digitally, because that's not what it looked like in my mind. It was like very normal colored. So I don't understand. Wow. It's so hard to find stuff. I don't know why, like, not why the Google Photos doesn't have everything that. It has a lot, but it doesn't have everything. I don't know. Painting of lake.
Right, Robin?
What did Robin say? Tell me, because I'm looking down.
Oh, John said, "What about body art?" And she said, How did I know that John made that comment?" Good thing this towel is for me because it's looking kind of wonky.
Can't find it. I can't find it normal colored, but why is it so hot pink and really weird blue is what I want to know. What happened to that? It's so weird.
You probably enhanced it, like you said.
It looked really normal.
It looked really normal.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the colors.
Bella. This poor man keeps looking like he thinks the dog is outside. Bella, stop. Oh my God, you can't catch it anyway. Mute a second. I mean, it is the doghouse out there.
It is. I'm trying to unenhance suggestions. Throw it in the garbage. Anyway, no, what?
Is the line open? She's gonna go. You thought it was a fake bark? No, that's Bella. She's got a big old bark. You can say hello, Thomas.
Hi.
Thomas, do you have clothes to wash before I go put my stuff in?
No. If you go put yourself in.
I don't know why. This just looks so not in order.
Sleeping Bee said it scared the bejesus out of her.
It did. It scared me too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
It is the doghouse. That's right. Well, she saw a man walking his dog down the street. So, and he kept looking like, I think he was waiting for the dog to run out after him. That's how loud it is. They can hear it through the windows. That's right. Thomas, Miss Jennifer said, put my stuff in the wash. He just laughed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going up. I mean, I know I was in Hobby Lobby and they don't have the best quality stuff, but just
have you checked Michael's, or do y'all have a Michael's?
We don't have one right around here, but I probably could drive to the next biggest city.
I mean, I've never looked. I don't know what they have, if it's any better.
But you know how, like, when they have pre-numbered prices, so half of the ones were like the regular price, and then the next batch that they got in are 25% up. So they're preparing for the price increases by increasing the prices ahead of time, so people don't get like shocked.
You know what gets me is Michael's will say it's 30%, or like they'll give you a coupon, 30% off all regular price. Well, most of the stuff has like some kind of little sale markdown.
Yeah, or they say not like special price or savings price or your price. In Hobby that we're giving 30% off except anything that says your price, and I'm like, oh well.
Exactly. So it's not on sale.
It's true.
These are too, Jennifer.
when I got the wool, I'll tell you this: the yarn feels very soft, and it's really vivid colors. So I'll say that it's not cheap. I got it when it was probably 30 or 40 off, probably 30, and it made it seem more reasonable. But like when I went to the yarn section, I call it wool in my head. When I went to the yarn section in Walmart, I don't think the prices that I paid were that outlandish compared to
No.
the Walmart prices. Like, anyway. And the, what is it? The Red Heart savings yarn. It's not that soft. It's not horrible.
It's
horrible.
not, but it's,
It's
if
probably
you want
fine
to
for,
make
like,
something to practice on, it's a,
Right.
a reasonably priced yarn to work
Yes.
with.
And if you're making like something to just throw over the back of a sofa, it's probably fine. It's just when you want something against your neck soft, the Hobby Lobby
Yeah.
one is really nice. So I mean I would recommend that. But
With
so
this
far,
stuff that I'm working with to make this dish towel, it's sugar and cream
okay.
scrub off. So I got it from Ollie's. It was $1.99 for this little thing. So I figured I'd try it.
Right.
But I think I'm still missing
Yeah, like I don't do a lot. Like I don't go for pedicures or manicures or hairdos or massages. I don't go on vacations. I should like be able to buy some yarn.
Right. There you
And
go.
some art supplies. My husband and he takes music lessons, and I feel like
Oh, what this? And
I can have a hobby too.
there you go. Well, I don't like the peaches and cream cotton. They carried that at Walmart. I do not like it. It's stiff. I don't like the way it feels. But the Walmart cotton feels really nice, and it's 100%. Now, if you're just making a dish towel, the cotton at Dollar Tree is really nice. It's 80%, something like that, 85% cotton, and the rest polyester, but it makes a nice dish towel.
Now, in the 70s, that's all I used was that Red Heart stuff. But back then it might have been different stuff going into it. I don't know. Know, because I was a kid and I was, I got like basically one crochet hook and it wasn't like I had a whole lot of, my mom wasn't she was pretty thrifty. Let's just say that. It's like there wasn't a whole lot of like indulgence. Nowadays, if parents that have a nice job know that their kids are gonna like do some hobby and it'll keep them safe in the house, they'll probably
spend. I met up with my husband's brother, and he was buying his daughter the thick chenille that you do with your hands.
Yeah.
You know how much that stuff costs? Oh my God. They had some beautiful chenille to make blankets at Ollie's. It was $5 a ball, but I would have needed like 4 to 6 to make a blanket.
4 to 6. I'm thinking, I can imagine some blankets would take like 30.
Well, this was like to make it was really almost like a lap blanket. So I would say probably 12. I mean, shit, I can go buy a blanket for that.
It would be there was a girl who was showing how I get fancy yarn at a thrift shop, and she bought a sweater that was made of like merino wool, and she showed how she unraveled it to get the yarn from the sweater to use. And I thought, that's pretty clever if you could figure out how, like if you see it like a nice soft sweater that's big and bulky and it's on sale for $2, you could get a lot of yarn out of it.
Yeah, if it's in decent condition.
Yeah, well, a lot of the times when you go to these stores, they're not, thrift shops don't always have crap. Sometimes they have nice things. So yeah, you could probably, I don't know how to unravel. She was teaching how to unravel. So
cool. Now, you know what I've seen that's really cool? People who buy like crocheted, really pretty, like granny square crocheted Afghans, and they cut them apart and make like jackets and stuff with them. That was really cool to me.
That is cool.
And they looked really good. But I mean, I guess you would have to watch the way you cut it so that it doesn't ravel on you.
I'm really mad that they evacuated that Goodwill when I was there. They had it on the news the next day. They said, we're still investigating. You know what that means? They found nothing. And it was like, man. Anyway, I'm just mad. I had a shopping cart full of stuff. They had $2 Wednesdays or whatever. If you get yellow tags this week, it was $2. So I don't know.
We had yellow tags at Goodwill. I found a couple things. Well, a couple things for me.
Well,
and then,
when we come home from Goodwill, we basically pull the tags off and throw everything right in the wash. And then
like the little honey hole that I go to for my things that I resell, their clothes are so cheap.
Yeah.
Like 50 cents.
Well,
but they do have a rack in the front that's like $2 for the nice stuff.
Well, look at this. If the sweaters, maybe you could find a nice plump yarn sweater.
Yeah,
pick apart.
I'll have to look at that and see.
And maybe it would work out for you if you could get like a 50-cent big ball yarn.
No, John. He says his sister-in-law found a granny square blouse, but later realized it was from Shein.
Grandma core. Grandma core. I mean, I know that they had like prairie. Did they call it prairie core? I don't know.
I think I bought Thomas a pair of jeans for like $1.
It's starting to snow.
Oh, it's starting to snow?
I mean, it's a flurry at this point. Like, we could have 10 kinds of weather in one day here. Because it's like the cloud. Someone wrote, like, show us moving clouds. And I wanted to say to that guy, all the clouds are moving. But they move very fast here.
Yeah. Well, here too, we can have 4 seasons in one day, but it's not snow. But yeah.
But it's like, man, the last time we came home from like going around town, it was sunny, but it was snowing hard. And I'm like, that's so weird that the sun was over there shining. And I was wondering if we could get like a snow bow, like a rainbow.
A snow bow?
But it didn't happen. And my husband had to Google that. I said, I'm going to go look for a snow bow. And he's like, there's no such thing as a snow bow.
That's funny.
Yeah, don't eat that.
I'm not talking to you.
No way. Well, yeah, the t-shirts are, I mean, the shirts in general are $4.99 or $5.99 or $6.99. I think the sweaters are all like they start at $6.99. But they have like Monday, they have senior citizens, and I think you have to be 55. Or you could just tell them you're old. I mean, whatever. Let your conscience be your guide. But I think so they had like 15% off on Monday, and Tuesday they had 50% off the yellow tag. And then on Wednesday, it's $2 for the yellow tag. But I saw them taking the yellow tags off on Tuesday.
They do that, girl. Ours has a rack, and they pull in all the clothes with the yellow tags off. There's a little lady with a cart, and she's picking up all the stuff on the hard goods. And when I said, why are you picking up the stuff? Y'all don't give, and they start this on Monday. I'm like, y'all don't give people a chance to buy it. Oh, no. I'm putting it there for it's easy to find. No, she wasn't. Because she rolls it to the back. So if you don't get there on a Sunday when they change the price, you're not going to find nothing.
Well, that's why I think that So there was one, it was obviously a reseller. She had a cart full of all the yellow stuff, like from the bottom all the way like up to the sky. And maybe that I'll say that they pulled the fire alarm, which is not good to do. I'm just saying it was like,
You think somebody did it on purpose?
I think so. Well, yeah, I think somebody did it on purpose. Because they said, leave all your cards behind and get out. And I'm like,
Well, that's not
We-
good.
we drove by later in the afternoon and there was still, like fire trucks or whatever around, looking around. Anyway, it was nothing. Nothing. So anyway,
That's pretty crappy.
it was kind of crappy. But I figured I needed some hobbies because there's a good chance we could get snowed in a lot around here.
Yeah. Well, I'm desperately going. I want to go get all my stuff from my
Okay.
shop.
Anne said she says she knows of another beginning paper that's pretty good and she'll send me the name. Yeah, I mean, like if you're making, there's also paints that like don't fade, or I'm just saying if you're just like really, really, really at that point where you're practicing and I've seen some really good artists try out like less good stuff. But I saw like it not looking okay, but like if you're like kind of if you're trying to do a photorealistic painting like that looks like a photograph, you can't use beginner paper or beginner paints. But if you're just painting fantasy things, it might not be as important. You know what I mean? Like if you're just throwing color on a page and doing swirly things or whatever, I don't know. There's this one lady, like content creator, who paints just for fun. And she said, let's do bubbles or let's do swirly lines. And, let's do like print out a picture of your dog, put a piece of like a sheet protector over it, color it in with a washable marker or something. Like she said, what you get. And then, wet a piece of paper, then put the thing on and rub it. And so you get an outline and then like go. Anyway, she was showing you how you could do, it looked good when she was done. Like, I mean, it wasn't realistic, but it was, It was that dog. It looked like that dog. I mean, with bright colors, because she was just using bright colors. It was nice. That was the lady that made me want to paint because she was so casual about it. She goes, I want you to know that you can paint with anything. So I'm going to use stuff I got at Dollar Tree. And she says, you could just do it. And then that's what we were saying as in photography. Like if you have a camera on your phone and your lens is clean and, you could learn about like lighting and composition and
because you can adjust them and make them,
and then you can enhance a little bit, like so it's a little more crisp, and it's not going to look like a expensive camera on a tripod, but you could take some really nice pictures.
Excuse me, precious.
Winsor and Newton student grade watercolor is good. Okay. And it's important because of the cheap stuff you can't see your progress. Okay. I appreciate it, Anne. I appreciate you helping me out because I guess I could be the kind of person that would be like, I'm not getting anywhere with this and tossing.
No, you don't need to do that. You need to keep going because you're doing a good job.
Well, thanks. I was always a kind of sketchy. I always had a sketch pad.
Ooh, watch that.
I know. I mean, nowadays you can't say any words. It sounds funny, like what does sketchy mean? But I used to sketch and draw and doodle all the time. And I used to see like art lessons in books, like in the library that would say draw an oval, then draw an oval this way, and then draw a fat, triangle with rounded edges. And then, it made an animal. And I followed along and I go, this is fun. I was a little kid. And
Robin, I knew you were sketchy.
yeah, it was sketchy. And so I would doodle, and I don't know, I had like a big pile of things I drew. And I made like music and art high school. And it's funny because my music teachers thought I was going for music. And I'm like, no, I'm going for art. But my mother made me go to the nerd school. That had no fun. The nerd school, the one that was for science and math, which I wasn't really that interested. But anyway.
Forgot to take my medicine.
So I had to go to art school on my own later on. I'm looking at a little woodpecker. He's just hanging out in the tree, not pecking. Wonder if it's having a little nap.
Take a picture of him and then draw him.
He's behind like a lot of like sticks and leaves, so I don't think I could get a picture. That's another thing.
Go sit, when it's warmer, go sit on your little gazebo and draw the mountains and stuff.
That's what I wanted to do. Try to do that kind of thing. See, my phone won't open. I did get a picture yesterday of a bluebird finally, but I had to have my husband take the screen off the window, and I had to be inside because every time I go outside, they fly away.
I should keep making my leg fall asleep.
It's like nobody wants to play with me. So I finally.
Oh, that's pretty.
I took that from across the room out the window. I was sitting on the couch.
Nice.
So yeah, look at the colors of the bluebirds. They're really kind of neat colors.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was doing a thing online, and she was saying the chests are like robin blue, and the backs are like marine blue, and then they have a little white chevron on their chest. But anyway, yeah, I think the real bird looks a bit different.
Yours looks pretty close.
I mean, you could kind of tell if you know what they look like. Yeah, and then she was saying when you take a look at the birds, like the eyeballs are directly behind the beak. So, like, don't put the eyeball too high or too low. Like,
and that's the thing, the proportion.
Right.
And I thought that's the hardest thing to get.
That's a good clue. Now, there was one woman who put on like a page protector. She drew a dot of blue, like a circle with like a Sharpie kind of thing. And she put it over her painting. And she said, let's see what size eye I should make. Let's see where I should put, and I thought
that's a good idea.
That's interesting. I said, yeah, you could figure it out before you go and do it. And she says, don't forget to put a little white dot on your eyeball.
That was the first thing I drew, an eye. Because that was one of the lessons I had taken. You had to draw an eye.
And did you draw it like without, like a lot of times, like I once posed for a picture with my eye and I had like my white showing on the top and the bottom. That looks psychotic. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I even had the little tear duct thing and it came out good.
Because usually a person is sitting there. You don't see white all around an iris.
No.
So, yeah. So it's kind of, when you see a kid drawing, they'll sometimes just make like a circle and then put another circle and then like another circle.
Right. I thought you said something.
Well, thank you, Anne. She says, don't stop because you have a talent. What did she write? She has a level 1 prism color I bought a while back. Aw. She's making a like face. Well, I used to have a lot of hobbies, and then I lost interest. And I used to do like needlework, and I did a lot of stuff. But
It's like you got to go through a lot of things to know what you really like.
I'd like a lot of things, and that's the
Me
problem.
too.
I enjoyed when I was making the earrings, but being creative and then trying to make money at it is really hard because I found that like my motivations changed, especially since like my moods kind of change. Like if I'm like down in the dumps, sometimes I might be able to write better than do art. But
Mhm.
sometimes being happy is good for art, and sometimes being sad is good for art. But like,
Mhm.
if you're sometimes it throws off your creative juju, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I can't do it. My
Right.
juju.
In fact, I might go get my Cricut and stuff today and bring here.
But when you try something and it comes out good, that makes you feel right.
Yes.
Oh, Anne got her stuff. She got her shipment. That's good.
Yay.
I have a oil painting where part of the main, it was a painting of a barn in a field, and part of the red barn paint like flaked off the painting, and I was wondering if I could touch it up myself. If I could buy like barn red paint and just try.
Right. Oh, what you going to paint, Anne?
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
That's nice. I need to go get my like sublimation stuff, printer and stuff, and bring here because I need to make earrings and stuff for my booth.
So do it.
I think I'm gonna get TJ
Where
to come with me.
where are they? Are they at the office?
Stay at the shop, yeah.
The shop. Oh, I unplugged my phone.
I have to go pack a couple packages anyway.
What day?
Oh, she says she's probably gonna do a beach scene. Nice.
Well, it's nice to even know like you want to do that.
Yeah.
I admire people who just keep at it, And I watched this one lady paint, and I was telling you, like she had a photograph she took, and she liked the mood of it. And she said when she tried to follow the photograph, it kind of tripped her up. And she said she felt like when she wasn't really looking at the photograph and just tried to have the essence of like what it felt like it was, it was sort of shady in the foreground, and in the background it was more sunny. And she said she did better almost not looking, and then she did it 4 times, and she said I liked my 3rd attempt the best, but there's some aspects of the 4th attempt that she liked, so she said I should do it a 5th time. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if it's your passion and you like it, if it makes you feel good, it's better than paying somebody. Well, I don't know. Some people pay regardless, but it's better than getting a massage or.
That's right.
I don't know. I mean, I probably should be doing stuff while I'm riding the bicycle, getting in, exercise. But, I'm not going to pay someone to give me to pamper myself, so I might as well do art.
Well, there you go. Well, that's pampering yourself in a different way.
Right. Like when I was like doing gardening and buying stuff for that, it's like a good way. Oh, so the woodpecker just woke up because now he's jumping around. Maybe he really.
There you go. There you go, Cheryl.
Well, this was the thing. Like I love it, but like the lenses are so expensive, and even a new setup that's light is so expensive that I don't know. It's like a lot. I mean, there was a camera I saw yesterday, and I never even had heard of it, and people were laughing because it's like NASA uses that brand, and it's from Germany, I think, and. Yeah, the cameras are between $8,000 and $16,000. I'm like, who has money like that? Like, And then somebody used $1,000 camera, and like that's cheap, right? And comparing the pictures, and honestly, some people were saying, "Well, you really can tell," and I'm like, "Really?" On my iPad screen,
Photography snobs can tell.
I couldn't. There was a few shots that I could see I liked better one, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it was his focus was off, or whatever. It wasn't to me that kind of. I mean, I'm sure the pixel count is so much higher, and it was very, very good. But if you have a cell phone, just use the cell phone.
Yeah, my cell phone now probably takes better pictures than the DSL I have.
Okay. She has water soluble oil. Well, good.
Oh, maybe you might be able to take the smell of that better.
Yeah, right. Because the solvents are probably stinky. Probably. Well, I think I tried watercolor a couple times, and I thought that it was really hard to control where the paint went, and I didn't. So I kind of liked. Is it called gouache or something? Gouache, and it's kind of like it's sort of like a bridge between watercolor and like acrylic. So I was using acrylic too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no chemical smells. Good.
These dogs are in here snoring. I guess a snoring dog is kind of a quiet dog.
Yeah, I like when you can hear them like sleeping. I mean, a sleeping dog is a good dog.
Yeah, right.
Well, definitely. So it's 12:23.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my shop and try to get some. First, I'm going to put some laundry in the wash. And
You're going to do laundry. Okay.
I'm going to do laundry. I said I would do it, so I'm not going to lie to him.
I should probably think about. Oh, okay. So it's an opaque. Well, I used to have those paints around. I don't know where some of my art supplies are because of the move. I think some of them might be my attic, and some might be here in a box. It's not marked. I don't like. And my husband.
Brushes are expensive.
What's expensive?
I said brushes are expensive.
Oh yeah, I bought a few. I mean, I heard that like the Princeton line is good, but I bought a set and I didn't find them to be that special. So I don't know. I have a whole bunch of brushes that are supposed to be for watercolor or the gouache. Or
don't you start
the crochet, sewing, jewelry making, photography, but you wanted to never try painting. So now you need to pick up something. Yeah, Cheryl, try something. You never know what you'll like.
Yeah.
I mean,
you might like that better.
Watch some short videos of the people who do that medium and see if it looks like something you'd be interested in. Because like, if you look at it and you go, oh, that's cool. Like it didn't seem that hard. I mean, because you know what you said, like it in your head, it doesn't seem that hard. And
right. You never know.
I know that like if my father had the sewing machine he has probably like 100 years old. But if I probably had it like a new sewing machine that was easy to thread, I probably could do hemming or do sewing of some sort. I don't want to really be making clothes, but occasionally it's nice to be able to put. This woman was showing how to make those aprons that cross over in the back, and it was basically she cut like a trapezoid. Made a pocket, and then she had 2 straps, and so she says it's really kind of easy to do. It's not a complicated thing,
right?
So, like if you know how to work a sewing machine and you have an iron, you can make it. And okay, Yeah, you learn a lot.
I don't like sewing. My mom was a seamstress. I don't like sewing.
Well, I don't like
That's not my thing.
I don't like ironing, and I'm lazy for that. There was a guy I was following on Threads, and he said, "Oh, I finished my laundry room and I have my ironing area." And I was like thinking, people have an area for iron.
Oh yes.
I was saying, I don't even know where my iron is. I have used an iron twice in the last 25 years, I feel. I mean, I used to put a towel on my washing machine.
Tina says it's very easy sewing.
Okay.
I'm assuming what she's talking about. Yeah, I just don't like it. My granddaughter got a sewing machine for Christmas.
That's nice.
Maybe I'll get her to make me something.
But there was a time when my now niece wanted a sewing machine, but she became a makeup artist. So she's like into creative stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know, but that's the one that she really stuck with. I wanted to cut hair and make earrings from high school on, and I made a lot of earrings.
Well, you cut hair. You cut Tony's hair.
I do cut hair. I've trimmed edges of my hair, and I watched all of the I've watched the videos on those, like, you know, put your hair like in front and cut off a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Sean, around COVID, and he wouldn't go, and he doesn't like to go to the barber or anything. That's why his hair is so long. So I cut it. It wasn't bad.
I liked cutting hair. I cut hair when I was in college, and people used to give me $5 tips. So it's
that's what you should do, Cheryl, if that's your passion.
Yeah, you should. One of my neighbors,
definitely not mine,
when I was a kid, used to make skirts, and she said it takes 5 minutes. She goes, I would cut an elastic to the size that I wanted, and I would take my fabric and sew down like a hem for the elastic, and then I would stick a safety pin at the end and worm it through, and then I would stitch that together, then stitch the other part together, and then she goes, and I would make one seam, and then I would make the hem, and I'm done. And she goes,
right.
It takes me like less than an afternoon to do everything. And I have a new skirt, and she would make them like down past her knees, and I don't know, she'd make like these A-line kind of skirts. They looked fine, and then she just wore a shirt that kind of landed a little over it, and then she made her own clothes, but that was her favorite thing to make.
Right. Well, that's good. Well, Suzy, I guess I better hit the road.
Okay.
Go pack those 2 packages I promised these people I would do today.
I think my husband wants me to take the Christmas tree down.
Oh, dang.
I don't want to.
Add some Mardi Gras decorations and or some eggs and make it an Easter tree.
We don't do that, but I wish I could just like put a blanket around it and throw it in a closet. I wish we had.
Right.
We don't, but whatever. If I brought it to the garage, some animals will live in it. So
sure. They go, ooh, thank you.
We don't want
Definitely.
that.
All right, guys.
Have a good.
Don't forget, Teresa and Suzy wants to help. We're going to do the benefit for my sister and her husband on the 25th. And
it's not, or is it the next Saturday?
It's the 25th, not this Saturday, next Saturday. And then if anybody wants to be a part or whatever, let us know or let Teresa know. And that's about it. And our usual stuff next week. So I hope everybody has a great day.
Yeah.
And we will see you next time.
All right. Take care. I hope everybody feels good. Bye.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
See ya.